The anticipation has been building. It's Region 10 football back under the lights on a Friday night. The matchup you've all been waiting for. Get ready for Region 10 football. It's time. Incredible. Beautiful hierarchy throw right into the hands. What a catch. He levels the boom. Big run, Daddy. Oh, what a catch. And it's in for the score.
.643 or canyonmedia.net. And thanks for listening to Fox Sports Southern Utah.
And now, welcome to the Region 10 Game of the Week on Fox Sports Southern Utah.
And welcome into the Game of the Week here on this Friday night, October 7th. Broadcasting live on the Fan Sports Network and on region10sports.tv. Make sure that you're following us either on radio or watch the game live again on region10sports.tv. Welcome to this one. It is Dixie hosting Crimson Cliffs, Flyers, Mustangs. It's Caden Formaster here with you. Keith Curtis as well on the broadcast. Keith, we ready for some football?
We are ready, Caden. It's senior night here at Dixie High, and, you know, emotions are already going high for the Dixie Flyers, and we're going to have a great crowd. I mean, it was hard finding that parking spot. It's great.
Hey, you know what? I'm looking across the field here to the Crimson Cliffs side as well, and they're starting to fill up the bleachers on that side too. So, of course, with it being senior night means that, yeah, people are going to show up. It's the last home game of the season, so you might as well come on out to this one here if you're a Dixie fan. And for Crimson, they'll be hosting their final regular season game next week on Wednesday, not Friday, by the way. It's fall break coming up, and they're going to play their final game of the regular season on Wednesday. But here's the one thing that Crimson can count on. They're not done playing some football in their neck of the woods, because come playoff time, they're still holding on to that number one seed.
They sure are, and they're probably going to get a home playoff game, you know, in the second round, so that's going to be great for them. And, you know, a lot of excitement on that side from Crimson. You know, they're the number one seed in Region 10 right now, and 7-1 on the year, having a great year. They've molded a few things together and come together as a group, and they're going to be a team to look out for come state playoffs. That's for sure.
That is definitely for sure. Well, thank you for joining us here for our Findlay Subaru pre-game show as we hop into this matchup here. Again, if you're listening on the Fan Sports Network on 99.5 or 95.3, we appreciate you joining us here. But also, don't forget that you can go watch this game live as well. Head on over to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. You can scroll on down and find where today's game is, or you can hit the Region 10 broadcast tab, find it there, or head on over to region10sports.tv. That's region10sports.tv. So make sure that you guys head on over there.
Yeah, for those of you who can't make it out tonight, definitely log on to Region 10 Sports. They've been a great partner of ours all season long, and we're grateful for their support and look forward to working with them into the basketball season as it's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? So it's crazy, right?
It is. I was just looking at some of the early schedule preseason games, and, you know, they start right after Thanksgiving, and they've got a couple of tournaments down here in December, and before you know it, we'll be right in the middle of region play. So crazy how fast it goes.
Yeah, absolutely, right. That's part of the fun of high school sports, is it just transitions from one to the other pretty quickly.
It does.
You know, we're just weeks away from basketball starting off, but hey, you know what? It's not basketball quite yet, Keith. Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
No,
quite yet, right?
We got a lot of good football here still to enjoy, as you know, the weather's turned a little cooler now, and what a great environment for us to be in tonight. You know, low 80s here at Dixie Flyer Field, and senior night. You couldn't ask for it. The pageantry is just wonderful tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. We're having the great weather, right? The senior night, it's all a ton of fun. So, hey, well, let's cut to a break real quick. We'll hop in again to our Findlay Subaru pregame show in just a couple minutes. We'll give you 2 minutes, and we'll be back right here for our Findlay Subaru pregame show on the Fan Sports Network.
Did you know 40% of students in Washington County live at or below the poverty level? 600 of those students are considered homeless. These children don't have what they need to go back to school, but you can help. Come to Findlay Subaru on Sunland Drive now and help them fill the bus. Bring donations of school supplies, backpacks, hygiene products, snacks, and basic clothing. All the items filling the bus will be donated to our children right here in Southern Utah. Donate today at Findlay Subaru on Sunland Drive.
Buckle up, Region football fans. I'm Craig Bomerjack, and I'm fired up for all high school football fans in Southern Utah. Holbrook Asphalt has agreed to buy fans a Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert at Yogurtland right after the game when your team scores 25 points or more. So, get to Yogurtland after the game and ask for your Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert and get 5 ounces of frozen yogurt absolutely free. Holbrook Asphalt, taste for it, and I'll see you there.
Are you looking for a career and not just a job to get you by? Look no further than Morgan Pest Control. They are accepting applications for full-time office secretary and route manager. Duties include answering phone calls and managing routes. Pay starts at $14 an hour with tons of great benefits. A work week is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is a great opportunity to join the Morgan Pest Control's work family. Call Morgan Pest today at 435-673-9127 for this amazing job opportunity.
Rally Stop in Cedar City is proud to support Region 10 athletics. They want to wish all the teams good luck this year and look forward to seeing them bring home the championships. Rally Stop reminds you that after cheering on your favorite team, there's no better place to refuel than Rally Stop. So come on in, grab some gas, your favorite soda, and something to eat. They have all your post-game celebration needs. Rally Stop, swing on in today.
Welcome back here to the pregame show, the Findlay Subaru pregame show from Dixie High School. Dixie taking on Crimson Cliffs. Well, we're actually just getting ready to head on into a national anthem. So the ROTC heading out onto the field to present the colors. So with that coming down the wire right now as well on this senior night, we're going to slip away for just a little bit longer and take a quick break again, and we'll be back for the rest of the pregame show. Get ready for kickoff. So again, we'll take a quick break, be back with more on the Fan Sports Network.
Appliance Wholesalers Plus, a locally owned business, and has been helping Southern
On stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on
They were more knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly than anyone else. People would keep coming back. It looks like you've noticed and voted Bose Auto Parts the best of Southern Utah for 2 years in a row. In addition to voting them best of Iron County, Bose Auto Parts would like to thank you for your continued support and coming to them for your auto parts needs.
Welcome back in to the action here from Dixie High School as we are getting ready to wrap up the Findlay Subaru pregame show and get ready for kickoff. Caden Formaster here and Keith Curtis on the broadcast with you tonight here from Dixie High School. So wrapping up with the pregame festivities of senior night and getting things rolling here shortly. This should be a decent matchup. Hey, you know what? Dixie right now looking to stay above 500 or get above 500, right? And Crimson trying to stay undefeated in region play.
Yeah, it's really going to be important, I think, for Dixie tonight, how they come out. They really came out a little bit flat against Snow Canyon last week, and Snow Canyon is playing some of the best football right now in the region, if not in the state, and they just laid it on them. So it's going to be real important that Dixie is up for this game. I don't think that'll be a problem. It is senior night. But they've really got to limit the number of big plays that Crimson can throw at them. And for Crimson tonight, I think the main thing is they just got to stay consistent and have no letdowns. We saw them play against Hurricane, and Hurricane was actually leading them right before halftime. If it wasn't for a great play by Haas to make a fumble and pick up right down on the goal line to turn the tides of that game, it could have been a whole different ballgame. So they just can't play down to the competition. They got to just keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of how these things have to go, right? Is the coin toss happening in midfield, and so that way we can really get this thing underway here shortly. So we'll have the results of that coming for you here in just a little bit. But part of the Findlay Subaru pregame show means we have our keys to the game, right? So with that said as well, right? I mean, Dixie from last week, they had a tough time going up against Snow Canyon. Well, it's going to be kind of a similar game. This Crimson team is pretty high powered. They're going to get some stuff done.
They really are, and they're big up front. They're big on the D line too, and it's going to be important for Dixie not to get wore down with their big guys, because they're going to want to lean on you, and they're going to have to rotate some players in there, and they're going to have to come up with some different schemes to combat that size.
Yeah, for sure. So, and with that, Dixie does have some size. It's not impossible for them to put some size to it, but you know what? Crimson does too. So, hopefully that means that they can hold off a little bit, right? Can Dixie hold off to the size of Crimson as well? I don't know, right? We're kind of in that weird spot here where we've seen a lot of play from both of these teams, but where they've never played each other. Who's to say? There's still a lot of unknowns coming into this one. Yeah, so I think Dixie has a lot of talent, but can they go up against this Crimson defense that has proved themselves this year? And this was a defense we didn't know what they even looked like. So
yeah, it's going to be really interesting how that all plays out. I think, we were here when they played Riverton the second week in the season, and Riverton was much bigger than Dixie, and they were able to come up with some big plays defensively and shut them down. So I don't think it's unheard of that this can't happen. But a lot's transpired over the last few weeks. There's been some injuries on the Dixie side and some of their key players. So they're going to be a little shorthanded, a little young in some spots. But you know what? It's a great learning experience for the young kids. And they've got some good seniors, too. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see how they match up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, after the toss, Dixie won. They're going to defer from the looks of it. So it's going to be Crimson will be receiving the ball to start things off. So, hey, if you're the home team, that's one step already in Dixie's favor. And as they are, kind of the underdogs in this game, yes, they're at home, but what's interesting too, we looked at the power guide that goes out every week for the state of Utah, for every school and every matchup in the state of Utah. the spread on this game is only 1.5 points.
I was going to say it was like 2 points, right?
Yeah. So according to the experts in the Salt Lake region, they say this one's going to be a close one.
Well, it's, again, I think last week was an anomaly for Dixie. They really just got beat up by Snow Canyon, and I think they're going to rebound tonight. And I think that's what they're planning or thinking is when they were, going against that point spread. So,
right.
But Crimson, they've been so consistent this year. It's hard to bet against them because, again, they might have a slow quarter or slow half, but then they can turn it on. It seems like they can flip that switch and, they can get Barbin going, or they can get, Christian Jansen can break a big one. They're just got so many weapons, it's hard to hold them all down.
It's true. And the one thing that we talk about all the time when it comes to football is playing a complete game.
Yeah.
Right? Both the offense, defense, special teams, everyone has to do their job. And I feel like Crimson's the one team that has played complete games better than any other team. And that's why they win them, too, right?
Yep.
Well, kickoff underway right now. Kick is away and sails into the back of the end zone to start things off here. So Crimson will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line to start things off. That means coming out, we're going to be seeing a pretty good offense from the Mustangs that has been leading Region 10 right now in the win category. So that'll be fun to see if they can keep it up right now, keep up this horsepower and move the ball along. Starting off with a U First Credit Union first down, and the kickoff presented by Udy & Associates, your local American family insurance agency here in St. George. So, starting things off now. Crimson Cliffs getting things ready to rock and roll. The snap's away, and it's going to be a run right up the middle. Stuffed up pretty well by the Flyers.
Yeah, that was just a quick hitter off the right side. Wasn't much room. Looks like number 26 for Dixie was in there on the tackle. That was Anthony Crichton, as well as big number 18, Mason Kesterson. We saw him with a big catch last week and run for Dixie. So he's a two-way player. He's a very valuable asset for the Flyers.
And that was Mason Topalian on the run there. So still Barbin back at it after the short 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Ball on the near hashes. Snap is away, looking to pass, gets the pass away. It's going to be a short gain, pass over to Luke Childs. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, just a short little hitch route by Childs. They ran trips into the short side of the boundary, sent 2 guys deep, and then Childs just the underneath dump-off guy, and Dixie did a good job just corralling him for a short gain. So here you go. Here's an opportunity to get 3 and out on the opening drive for the Flyers.
On 3rd down and 2 to go. 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Handoff up the middle. Topalian falls forward for a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was just a good job that time by the right guard, or the left guard and the left tackle, making a little crease and getting enough room for Topalian to fall forward for the first down.
Quickly away again, another run up the middle by Topalian, so he's going to fall forward for a pretty large gain, not quite enough for the first down. He gains 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
This time they go right off the right tackle this time. Again, Dixie's playing 3 down linemen in their defensive front, so they're running a 3-4-4 look. As far as on the defensive side of things, they might have to switch that up and bring a 4th guy down on the line to stop that running game.
Yeah, right now they kind of have Kesterson sitting off to the side just a little bit. He's not down there deep on the line, but they have him kind of shagging off a little. Play action. Pass. Deep outside. Does he have it? Oh, just a little overthrown. Intended receiver. Looked like that was number 11, Boston Adamson.
Boy, Caden, he had him deep. He had at least 2 strides on him. Adamson has 17 catches on the year for the Cliff Mustangs, and he was just a half-yard short of taking that one to the house.
Quick update. I know we just got things started, but quick update. First play of the game, Snow Canyon, 60-yard touchdown pass. They start things off now 7-0.
Wow. They're on fire. They're playing great football right now.
They're playing great, beautiful football over there. That game is Snow Canyon at Pineview. Now, I know there's some technical difficulties going on over there, so that game will be coming to you shortly. Handoff up the middle, falls forward. Enough of the first down, it looks like. Just past about a half a yard. So move the chains again. It's another U First Credit Union first down.
Yeah, just knowing what yardage was needed there, they barely got the ball across the first down line to gain. And good job up front by Dixie plugging things up, but just enough for the first down to keep the Mustang drive going.
Absolutely. All right, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Snap is away. Handoff sweeping across the side. Cuts in, no gain.
I was going to say, that's a little bread and butter play for Dixie. They love to run the wide receiver or X or Z receiver, swing pass or a little hot pass, and so they played that one really well with no gain.
So bring up 2nd and 10 now for the for the Mustangs. The Flyers defense holding off on the sweep. Barbin in the gun. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff. Pass up the middle. He's got his guy. It's Jordan Eaton. Goes down past the 40-yard line into Dixie territory. It's a big first down for the Mustangs.
Boy, that was a great play call. They ran the same motion that they ran the previous play, only this time the strong safety slid over as the receiver went in motion and left a wide open hole in the middle of the field.
Quick snap. Barbin gets wrapped up, slips out of it, gets the pass away, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Boy, that was great pressure that time by Cash Carlisle. He had Barbin around the ankles, just couldn't bring him down.
So to bring up 2nd down, 10 to go. Still scoreless here. There's 8:43 left on the clock in the first quarter. First drive of the game from the Mustangs. They've marched their way all the way from the 20 in their territory into Dixie territory, now sitting at about the 38, 39-yard line over there. So on 2nd down, Mustangs. Barbin takes a snap. Passes across into the flat. Nearly picked off.
What a great read that time by number 12.
That's Carter Vanlin.
Yeah, he just read that all the way. Almost picked it up and had a pick 6.
Here's your Holbrook Asphalt replay. And again, if you're listening online, or if you're listening on the radio, you can go online and watch the game over on region10sports.tv as well. 3rd down, 10 to go. This Dixie defense holding off on the first 2 plays of this set of downs. Snap is away. Barbin to pass. Going deep. Got his guy down to the 3-yard line.
Boy, what a great catch that time. That was
Luke Childs.
Childs who caught it over the shoulder with the defender on his back. And just like that, they're on the 2-yard line ready to punch this thing in. Beautiful throw.
The Holbrook Asphalt replay again, showing what a beautiful pass it was. It's a Jason Baum long bomb right there with Bay Equity Home Loans. You can go talk to Jason Baum over at Bay Equity Home Loans today. You can find him at baumloans.com.
Boy, Ken, you can't complain about the coverage, though. The DB was right there. It was just a beautifully thrown ball and catch.
Handoff up the middle, running it in for a touchdown.
Yeah,
that handoff goes to, looked like that was number 15, McCord Christiansen.
Yeah, McCord. He's
getting the first score of the game.
He's just a young sophomore getting some great playing time, and there's a little crease right between the right guard and the right tackle. A good job getting separation up there by the big guys, and he walked right in.
Extra point coming up. So first score of the game goes in favor of Crimson Cliffs. They get on the board early. Kicks away, and it is blocked.
Boy, that was great effort that time by number 8, Junior Coughlin. Came flying in there. Young sophomore just laying out. And
check out this replays. He just Supermans into that ball. So it's 6-0. Beautifully blocked kick for the extra point, and it's no good. So it's 6-0 up on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard to start this one off.
Well, Caden, it's one of the things we were trying to mention in the pregame show is, we mentioned that Dixie needed to start fast and no big plays should happen. That's how Snow Canyon really jumped on them early, and unfortunately they gave up that deep one down there to the 2-yard line, and so let's see if they can respond offensively and try to keep them at bay.
Now remember that touchdown being brought in is presented by Findlay Hyundai. Findlay Hyundai teaming up with Neighborhood Connection. They feed a child with every single touchdown scored here in Region 10. One touchdown is one child fed for a month.
Yeah, we love Findlay's Hyundai. They're filling up the bus, and more than one bus full of stuff, that's for sure.
And that will not be the last donation tonight, that's for sure. So Crimson Cliffs getting ready to kick off here. Kick is away. Back to receive for Dixie, coming right up the middle. Tough is Seth Takau. He takes it all the way down to the 32-yard line before taken down. Seth Takau with a beautiful kick return.
Boy, Seth caught that on the 1-inch line from going into the end zone, so he's happy he got to return it. And there was a nice hole in the middle there for a while, and then he carried a few people. So Seth got up a little energetic. Maybe he can energize this offense and get things rolling.
So the Dixie offense heads out onto the field. Jalen Schultz takes the snap, hands off to Takau, takes it across the right side, cuts in, has room to run, gets tripped up, but not after he gains the first down and more. Gets down to about the 46-yard line, still in Dixie territory. It's a U First Credit Union first down.
Boy, that was a great play that time. Takau read the blocking. They had a wall, virtual wall on the outside there. Last week we didn't see him get a gain like that probably until the fourth quarter came. That's a great sign for the offense.
Well, the officials meeting out there at midfield after a flag comes out as well, and it looks like it's going to go against Dixie, so pushes it back.
Oh, that's a hold, it looks like, yep. That was 8-9 yards downfield, too.
Yeah, it was, because, again, that 10-yard penalty pushed it, so now it'll be 2 yards back from that original line of scrimmage. So places the ball at the 30-yard line. Replay first down, 1st and 12 for the Flyers. Snaps away, handoff again to Cal, but again to the left side. Slips tackle past the 30, tripped up and out of bounds at the 33.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Takau, just picking his way and finding a few yards there. Took a little shot there on the sideline. It's got wrangled out of bounds. Takau comes up a little gingerly. Hopefully he's all right.
Cross town, Snow Canyon, Pineview. Snow Canyon scores again. It's 14-0 with 6:47 left to go in the first quarter over there. The Thunder also on the board against Cedar, 7-0 cross town at Desert Hills High School. This one, it's 6-0. Crimson again handed off, this time to Jeff Christian. He goes out of bounds at about the 41. It'll bring up third with about 5 or 6 left to go.
Yeah, again, just right off the left tackle there. Christian just trying to find a hole. Did a nice job running hard and picked up 3 positive yards. So brings up third and manageable here for the Flyers.
The Flyer defense had a few moments in that first drive. The offense so far having a few moments. They're looking pretty good. Crimson as well. You know, obviously they went in and scored some points, but this defense holding off to a third down. Sweeping it across the side. Right on cue, the defense for Crimson, taking them down in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a great read by number 42. That's the inside linebacker. That's Brayson Phillips. They blitz number 9 on the outside there, Luke Messenger. And Takau had to veer out on that handoff, and it looked like Phillips just came in and cleaned things up for a 3-yard loss.
Brings up now 4th down, 8 to go. Dixie going to punt this one away. Looks like number 14 for Crimson, Tyler West, set to pick up this punt. It's a shallow punt, falls around the 35 and rolls to the 32. Didn't get a lot of air on it, kind of more of a line drive.
Well, they tried to kick it away from him. I think they learned from kicking it to Will Warner last week that that's probably not a good thing. So.
Well, Will Warner last week against Dixie had 2 touchdowns, one off a punt return, one off a kick return. So they've been burned on special teams before. They definitely didn't want to do that again, so learn from your mistakes. All right, well, we see again this Mustang offense, the defense holding off the Flyers to remain scoreless. It's 6-0 in favor of the Mustangs here. This offense will get things started on the 33-yard line. 6:42 left to go in the first quarter. Steele Barbin takes the snap. Pass up the middle to Childs as the intended receiver, but it is incomplete. A little bit thrown behind.
Yeah, that was thrown high and behind. Not a good thing when you don't want your quarterback throwing that too high, because usually sometimes those balls will get tipped and get intercepted. So at least he threw it high. Like even Sean Bradley couldn't get that one. That was really high.
Flag on the play already. Before anything gets going, this official on the sideline over here giving them a sideline warning.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Monkers is like, what are you talking about? We're standing 3 yards off the sideline over here. I saw a little.
He's like, we're standing in the blue. We're not on the white.
Yeah.
We're good.
He's like shaking his head at him like, what are you talking about? Anyways, it looks like Dixie's changed up their defense. They got 4 down linemen now, Caden, so it's interesting to see.
Snaps away, passes to open receiver. Pulled down around the 40, kept on going a little bit more. Enough for the first down?
Yeah.
Just barely.
I thought he was down about 2 yards short, but he tiptoed down the sideline and picked up the first down. That was number 6 that time for Connor Kell on the reception.
Yeah, Connor Kell kind of got pulled down, stayed on his feet, though, and pulled himself out of it. Pushed forward for another 4 yards. Got the U First Credit Union first down.
Yeah, Kell on the year has 23 receptions, averages about 12 yards a catch, so he's right in line with that average, with that picking up 11 yards. Crimson's kind of gone back to the passing game now. They fake the dive on that one and then throw it over to number 11, Boston Adamson, on a little hitch route, and he picks up 5 yards.
Yep. For those listening here to this game as well, another game going on across town at Pineview, Snow Canyon Pineview. That game being broadcast on 93.1, and as well you can watch it on region10sports.tv, right where you can watch this one, Dixie and Crimson. So it'll bring up 2nd down, 5 to go. Handoff, cutting up the middle, Topalian. Topalian gets enough for the first down and more, and he fights for some extra yardage. Got wrapped up and fought for another 4.
Yeah, that was a great job by Topalian. He got outside the right tackle and then planted that right foot and got upfield quickly and picked up good yardage to get the first down.
Pass, looking to pass, but he gets wrapped up, taken down. It's a sack by this defense for the Flyers.
Yeah, that was number 28 who got in there. That was Taloa. Don't ask me to say that multiple times.
You did it great. You can call him Taloa. I think that was great.
Taloa did a nice job getting in there quickly and bringing Barbin down. Now it's 2nd and about 16. So what a big play.
Big change in momentum here, too, to get things started early. And, we look for our Bose Auto Parts, crucial part of the game. And sometimes those things happen this early on. That might be one of those swinging moments. And again, under pressure is Barbin. Up the middle, tipped away. Jacob Dombrowski gets in there and gets that big old bear paw on it.
Yeah, again, they got good pressure up front. Dixie did. That was big number 51 in there for Dixie. That's Lucas Tofa. And then you mentioned Jacob Dombrowski getting a big play, knocking that down over the middle there.
Big 3rd down here from this Flyer defense holding off the Mustangs. 3rd and 16. At the 48-yard line. They are in Dixie territory. It's a short-ish field, we'll call it, for the Mustangs. Snap is away. Handed off up the middle. I think at this point, the Mustangs just said, we just don't want a turnover.
They just conceded.
They just said, hey, let's just get a punt away. On the Holbrook Asphalt replay, you can see Hands off to Topalian, who gets wrapped up immediately and dropped down back at that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Taloa again was in there, making the stop, and then a whole bunch of his buddies. So great penetration by that D line, getting off the ball.
So 4th down, punting away here are the Mustangs. Back to receive is number 10, Blake Watson for the Flyers. Snap is away, so is the kick. Well punted, and it's going to go out of bounds. They'll place it at about the
15, 16.
Yeah.
Oh, he's walking up.
He's got to come back up a ways.
He's out to the 25.
There we go. He started backtracking to about the 15. I'm like, I don't think it was that far back.
You're like, that's too generous.
Yeah,
huh?
that was pretty generous in favor of the Mustangs there. But he brought it back out to right around where it probably should have been. So,
well, what a great defensive stand that time by the Flyers defense. After giving up a few yards, they really stiffened right there in the middle of the field.
Snaps away. Schultz looking to pass. Gets it down to his guy. It's incomplete, though, just out of the hands of David Barchi.
Yeah, Schultz hurried that throw a little too much. Barchi really didn't have a chance to get down, and it skipped into his arms. So Schultz has got to take an extra half second there. I know they were getting pressure on him, but he's got to take that time to get that accurately.
3:36 left to go in the first quarter here. Mustangs lead 6-0. Flyers with the ball. Schultz drops back to pass. Gets it outside. Has his guy open for a first down and more. That's number 13, Jackson Barbin.
Yeah, that time Schultz had plenty of time. You notice the difference there, Caden. He set his feet, stepped into the throw, made a dart of a throw, and found the open receiver and picked up a first down.
First Credit Union first down for the Flyers. Ball set up on the 38-yard line. Again, Barbin on the reception, takes it across the middle, and brought down at the 45.
So, Caden, the question I have for you is, I know we got a Jackson Barbin for Dixie, and then we got a Barbin.
Steel Barbin for Crimson, yeah.
Are they cousins, brothers?
I think so.
What
I think they're cousins.
Okay.
Because remember, we have Bronson Barbin from last season, who is the older brother of Jackson. So
Gotcha.
So there's a relation there.
Yeah, that's throwing it back a year. There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
2nd and 1. Schultz dropping back. Pressure, getting to him. Tried to throw it out to Seth DeCal, but it just wasn't quite there.
Boy, they had great pressure that time. Crimson did. That was big number 54. Shooting the gap in there. That was Parker Andrus.
And that's a name you'll probably hear a few times here on that defensive end. Parker Andrus likes to find his way into situations on the defensive side of things.
Well, and that was almost the perfect play call because they had 2 linemen downfield. If they could have completed that pass, he might have scored.
So on 3rd down and short, handoff up the middle. Christian taking it across for a first down. He picks up 3 yards on the play down to the 49-yard line.
Boy, Christian got out of there running hard. You could tell he needed to pick up that 1 yard, got 3, and just went off between the left tackle and the left guard there. And they got enough pressure and push against Haas, big number 99, to get the first down.
So Dixie looking to find their way into Mustang territory here. Getting close to that 2-minute mark left to go in the first quarter. Flyers still scoreless. See if they can get points on the board with this drive. Rolling out, passes away. It's caught. Kesterson down to the 41. Just enough for a first down. They're going to move the chains, put it actually at the 40.
Yeah, great play that time by Schultz. He took his time. He saw the blitz coming from the outside linebacker, but he stood in there, delivered a strike, and picked up a first down. Every play that they're passing, Caden, I'm watching Crimson, and they're either blitzing the outside backer or the middle backer, and they're scraping off whatever side they're coming from.
Yeah.
But they're coming on every play.
Well, it's good to see guys like Schultz have the pressure coming at him, and he gets away from it on that play. But this one, a little Somehow Schultz snuck the ball away from him. I thought he still had him as that pressure was coming, but he got it off to number 55.
Actually, that was Christian who dropped the ball. That could have been a huge problem.
Yeah, and Alex Aldridge picks it up somehow. So I didn't realize Schultz even got it away. The ball just kind of disappeared, and lineman ends up with it.
Well, that was very good awareness by 55 to pick that up.
Snaps away to Cow, takes the handoff, trying to weave his way through, but no gain on the play.
Let's see, that time number 34 for Crimson, he was blitzing from the outside linebacker spot, and so what he did is it caused the whole play to be blown up. Every play, I'm telling you, Crimson is blitzing either an inside or an outside guy. They're just mixing it up, and it's causing a little confusion on the Dixie Flyer side.
So it's a 3rd down and long here for the Flyers. Ball on the 42-yard line. Snaps away. Schultz drops back to pass. He gets it away out to the outside. He's got his guy. It's Blake Watson. Not quite enough for a first down, though.
Well, I think this is territory where you got to go for it. So looks like they're lining up to go real quick.
Yeah, wait and don't wait for that defense to know what you're doing, right? Just get in there and get the play underway. But they take the time to look to the sideline now. Took a little too much time, I think, on that one, and the defense got more set than they would have liked.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get them to jump, get a cheap first down, but they didn't bite. Crimson didn't, so here we go.
So 4th down, 2 to go. Flyers snap the ball away. Handoff. Christian rushes forward. Does he have enough? It's going to be close.
Yeah. I think he's got it. Yeah,
they're telling him to move the chains.
So that's a big first
right
down.
At that 30-yard line. Huge first down conversion on a 4th and 2.
Got it by half a football length.
Those 3rd down conversion, 4th down conversions, that's what you want, and they couldn't quite get it on 3rd, went for it on 4th. Dixie has a U First Credit Union first down at the 30-yard line in Crimson territory.
Well, and you're seeing Dixie mix it up to a lot of pass and mixing the run in there. I think they're going to have to pass the ball more to get some yardage on the run with the run game.
Well, it's a fabulous Freddy's Fabulous timeout. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. Give us 30 seconds, and we will be back on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover
fabulous.
Welcome back into the action here from Dixie High School, and apologize, I did say it was a timeout. It was the end of the quarter. I got to pay more attention to that clock up there. I get too involved in the action.
Well, you're too busy looking around, trying to describe the game, looking at the fans, who's eating what nachos and whatnot.
That's right. That's right.
It's all good.
It's part of the game, right?
Yeah.
We're juggling a lot of things up here. Well, the reason being was I was actually I was getting score updates from scores across town, and then all of a sudden our game was on pause, so no reason to try to make excuses for myself. But since I mentioned it, some score updates. Snow Canyon is up on Pineview 21-0, and Desert Hills is up over Cedar 17-0. Snaps away, Christian up the middle with it, wrapped up, taken down right back at that original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, that was a great play by the Crimson defense. They tried to run a draw play. They made the first defender miss Christian, but there were 2 or 3 defenders bringing him right down at the line to gain.
So 2nd down, 10 to go. Schultz takes the snap, fakes a handoff, passes it out deep.
Got him.
Does he got Barbin? He's got a pass interference is what he's got. Barbin, the intended receiver, gets bumped a little on.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com.
But it walked into the end zone. He had him beat by 2 yards easily. But by him underthrowing him, he caused the defender to go right into Barbin, causing the interference. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. And
on the replay, you can kind of see where the bump happened on the on the right side of the screen as he's trying to run that route outside and just gets crossed up. It was a little bit of a shallow pass. The defender's just got to keep his head up and know where that ball is going to be.
Yeah, he's got to turn and look for that ball. If he could have turned and looked, they may not have called it. But
and it could have been an intercepted ball too had he paid more attention to where the ball is going to be as well. But instead, it's a U First Credit Union first down from the 15-yard line. It's inside now the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Handoff to Christian as he goes up the middle and wrapped up for a short. Or excuse me, that's a loss.
He lost 2 yards.
A couple of yards.
Yeah, Rowan Williams, big 97. He was in there along with a couple other guys, and Christian had nowhere to go. It's like they read that, they knew that play was coming.
So on second down and long, the 2nd and 12 situation here for the Flyers. Again, they're in the red zone. This is where you want to be. They haven't been there yet tonight. So we've made our way into the second quarter. Snap is away. Schultz looking to pass. Has his pass away. Out of the hands of Blake Watson. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Boy, Watson's got to catch that ball. That throw was right on the money. He did a little 10-yard curl route, and it was right on his hands, and he just couldn't come down with it. He would have had a first down inside the 5-yard line.
Good crowd tonight here, by the way, on both sides of the stadium. Really happy to see Southern Utah come out and support these two teams here tonight.
Well, where else are you going to be on a Friday night? That's what I told my wife. Hey, I got to be there.
Yeah. Like, what else am I going to do? Snap is away. Schultz, fixed pass, gets it across to the other side. It's Christian. He steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
Right at that line of scrimmage. That's a tough break there.
Schultz was looking towards the end zone. He faked the throw to the end zone, then rolled to his left. Saw Christian right there on the sideline and said, okay, I'll let you have it, big fella, but he was standing out of bounds. So unfortunately, they got a half a yard out of that?
If that. It's 4th down now. Looks like they're going to go for a field goal. Try to just get points on the board.
I think it's smart. Vargas is in. He's the kicker, number 4 for Dixie. He's got a pretty good leg.
Yeah, it's a 34-yarder. And this is one of the better kickers in Region 10 as well. So if anyone can do it, it's him. And it's away.
Yeah,
it is just off to the left side. No good. The distance was easily there.
Well, yeah, he put that one all the way to the scoreboard. It just missed to the left.
Another score update, Snow Canyon again on the board and Desert Hills on the board. It's 28-0 Snow Canyon and 24-0 Desert Hills. So some tough games going on for Pineview and Cedar tonight.
Well, we've got an interesting race, as you know, Caden, in the RPI situation. Snow Canyon's trying to move up. Desert Hills is trying to stay. They're in the number 2 spot right now.
Right. And Ridgeline is in that 3rd spot.
Yeah.
And Snow Canyon has a bye week, so Snow Canyon moving anywhere is going to be tough.
It's going to be real tough.
So first down, turnover on downs, 20-yard line for the Mustangs. Good pass out and caught. He's going with it. Boston Adamson at the 40. He's down to 35. Wrapped up, taken down. He had an open field and he put on the brakes.
Yeah, a little surprised he didn't just try to turn the afterburners on and outrun him, but stopped, and it allowed the defender to come in and make the tackle.
Let's check out this replay, because again, he gets to the 40, down to the 50. He sees the pressure coming and he just stops. Tries to slip it. He should have just kept on going. He probably could have got to at least the 25, but instead goes out at the 32. But either way, big play. That's another long bomb of the game there.
Jason Baum play.
Go talk to Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. Snaps away on a U First Credit Union first down. Barbin looking to pass. Pressure's coming behind him. He doesn't see it, but he takes off running. Goes out of bounds at the 25.
That's a good thing he went running, because big 42. That was Lapati. He was right behind him. He probably could hear him coming. And Barbin turned on the jets, picked up 8 yards.
Second down, a couple yards to go here for the Mustangs. Just outside of the red zone here at the 25-yard line.
There you are. Hey, Rob.
Snaps away. Flag on the play as well. Let's see what the false start. It's going to go against Crimson.
Got a little too excited there to run that play, Caden. They just weren't quite set.
Barbin over on the sideline getting the call from the coach. This is coming right back out. Tyler West checked in. Connor Kell hits the sidelines as well as Boston Adamson. And Robert Vance as well checking in. So ball on the 30, second down.
I just say they got to either be.
Oh yeah, they hadn't moved the ball yet. Right? No, they did. They moved it 5 yards, huh?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was on the 30 before, but it was on the 25. You're right.
It just seemed like they were slow getting that play call in. Then they brought in multiple new receivers, and there was some confusion.
So they called timeout. It's Fabulous Freddy's fabulous timeout. We'll keep it right here real quick during this quick break. But again, so it is 2nd and 7 or so, 2nd and 8. For the Mustangs. They've been moving the ball pretty well. Do you think they need to be too concerned right now on this second down?
No, I don't think so. If they're smart, I think they will try to pick up 3-4 yards to make it 3rd and manageable. They've also been getting some big chunks of yardage on the pass game, so wouldn't be surprised if they try to go up top here either.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton from the run game yet. Obviously, the one score came in the run game, but the passing is where they've gotten good chunks of yardage. So, but we do know Topalian can run, Christiansen can run it. So, and hey, even Barbin. Yeah. Barbin can take off too. Takes the snap, handed off to Christiansen, who's wrapped up and taken down.
Boy, that was a great play by number 26 for Dixie. That was Anthony Crichton. He's the down lineman. They tried to run a draw play, and he just ran right into Crichton as he got right through the line and slammed into the turf for a 4-yard loss.
So 3rd down, 12 to go.
It looks like Dixie's getting a little more pressure now that they've gone down to that 4-down line look rather than their base 3-down lineman.
Well, it's definitely stuffed up that run game for sure. The passing game's been pretty decent for the Mustangs, but let's see what they can do here on a long 3rd down play. Snaps the ball. Barbin up the middle. He's got him at the 5. Just a yard shy of the end zone, right at the goal line. That was number 14, Tyler West.
Boy, that was just a nice 15-yard corner or post route, but it looks like you might have a penalty.
It might be brought back here.
Yeah, might be a hold. Yep, sure is. Boy, what a big play there.
And tough break for the Mustangs. What could have been nearly a touchdown pass. It was right there. It's going to be brought back. It's going to be 3rd down. Let's see where they end up spotting it. Wow, okay, so it's going to be about 3rd and 15.
Yeah, clear back to the 48-yard line. Boy, what a big swing. That's going from the 1-yard line back to the 48-yard line. That's huge.
Oh, I said 3rd and 15, 3rd and 25. What am I thinking? 15 beyond what I was. I got to do math, man. I need to go back to school. I talk for a living. I don't do math. This ball's on the 48-yard line. Snaps away. Barbin. Pass up the middle. Picked off. The Flyers going the other way with it. And brought down. Junior Coughlin making the pick and the big play for the Flyers. Here's your Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Boy, he just, Barbin underthrew that route, and Coughlin was right there, the young sophomore, to pick that off. It looks like we got a penalty flag down. That's going to be a sideline warning against Crimson, too. So, what a big play for the Dixie Flyers.
That is a Bear Paw of the game turnover. Head on down to Bear Paw, voted best breakfast in best of Southern Utah. It's farm-to-table menu. Satisfies the appetites of the hungriest bears in your tribe.
I tell you, I'm not going to argue with that one. I could use a little Bear Paw right now.
A little breakfast for dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm a big fan of that. Anytime you can crack some eggs and flip some cakes, pancakes or whatever.
Yeah.
I can eat it for dinner.
Well, remember this moment. It's possible that this could be our contender for Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game as well. So keep that in mind. Morgan Pest Control defending your home against bugs and rodents for over 60 years here in Southern Utah. U First Credit Union, first down, snaps away. Schultz looking for that pass. Gets it off to Takao in the flat. Takes it out to the 40 before he's taken down. It's a 5 or 6 yard gain. They'll give him 5 on it right at that 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great read that time by Schultz. He was looking downfield, had all the time in the world, and then hit the receiver out in the flat just to pick up positive yardage, and they got 5 yards.
Second down. Dixie's been setting up with this 2-back set here with Takao on one side, Jeffrey Christian on the other side. They've got 2 receivers, Kesterson in a tight end. Takao takes this one for no gain.
Yeah, they tried to catch Crimson, drop him back in their zones into pass coverage, kind of like a delayed handoff, and that was not happening up front. Again, number 54, we mentioned his name earlier, Parker Andrus. We're going to call his name a lot. He was there, as well as Patrick Haas, or Caden Haas, excuse me. I should remember that name.
I got to remember that name.
Jeez. But just great job by those 2 up front.
Third down, 5 to go at that 40-yard line. Still in Dixie territory. Snaps away. Pressure coming quick. Passes away to Kesterson, but incomplete. The pressure got to Schultz real fast, and he had to just get away with it.
Did you notice, Caden, how quickly he got there? That was 32. That's Rigby Moss. He's the outside linebacker.
Well, he came from the backfield.
Yeah, he
got in there.
He was blitzing, and he timed it up perfectly as the ball was being snapped. He was already half a step across the line. He's got great speed.
Yeah, he's starting back there as a linebacker, and just like you had mentioned, the timing on that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Fourth down, Dixie going to punt it away here. There's the punt, and fair caught by Tyler West.
Boy, if West could have seen what was upfield, he could have gained at least 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, he didn't have anyone near him.
No.
But instead, the Mustangs will start things off again on offense. Ball will be placed down at the 26-yard line. The score still 6-0. Crimson Cliffs leading over Dixie. Now, don't forget, if you're listening to us on 99.5 or 95.3, you can go watch the game as well. Head on over to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. You can watch it there, or you can watch it on region10sports.tv. That's region10sports.tv. Make sure to catch this game live. U First Credit Union, first down.
Well, the Flyer defense has been able to dodge a couple bullets here in this first half. Let's see what they can come up with now.
Barbin takes the snap. It's a high snap, and he loses it. Ball on the ground. He picks it back up, and he gets taken down immediately.
Boy, that's a huge loss, and just like that, that's a 6-7 yard loss on the sack there. Number 6 for Dixie got in there real quickly. Wyatt Truman. He's just a young sophomore as well. So, again, Dixie playing a lot of young kids, but they're hanging in there tonight.
Second down, 16 to go. Just under 7 minutes left to play here in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime will be the Rally Stop halftime show. Make sure you join us for that coming up in 6:45 minutes of gameplay. Snaps away. Barbin looking to pass, gets it across. Has this guy who takes it down. It's Connor Kell. Couple yards to gain there. This will be third down and still long.
Boy, what a great form tackle that time by Trevor Aldridge. He was stride for stride with Kell, and Kell went to cut back, and Aldridge was right there to plant him into the turf with a little enforcement, I might add.
The blowout continues at Desert Hills. It's 31-0.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
That'll be a quick second half.
Snaps away. Rolling out is Barbin. Pressure, a lot of it. Oh, and dropping the pass. It's not there. He actually had him on target, but he just lost it. Boston Adamson, the intended receiver.
Boy, that was a great job. I was really impressed with Barbin. He rolled to his left. He bought some time. Adamson came open. They tried to do to bring that in.
Yeah, he had 4 guys chasing after him.
Well, we're definitely seeing a different Dixie defense this week compared to last week. Oh, wow.
It's a
got a
high short kick.
Very fortunate bounce. That almost hit one of the Crimson players about 10 yards down, but ended up rolling about 20 yards after that. So they'll get a good net gain out of it, but it sure didn't look very pretty.
No, not very much, did it? All right, well, Flyers will take over again on offense here. It's a U First Credit Union first down for them to start things off at about the 35, 36-yard line, 36-yard line. Mustangs still leading 6-0. And again, about 5:47 left to go up there on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard. Schultz takes a snap. Handoff to Cal. Takes it up the middle. Pretty good gain on the play of about 6 yards.
Yeah, that time they ran right where the blitzing linebacker came from, and they were able to pick up the blitzer, and so there was a hole there. So great job by DeCal finding the hole and then getting 6 yards.
Second down, 4 to go.
It's interesting, Caden. I'm trying to see if there's a trend as far as Crimson. Every time they're blitzing one of those linebackers, but they mix it up. That's not the same guy or same sequence all the time.
Yeah. Snaps away. Pass.
Oh, he's got it.
Deep outside. Does he have his guy? He's got him. Blake Watson in for the touchdown. Dixie on the board. Ties it up.
Boy, what a beautifully thrown ball. That time Schultz rolled to his right. Watson got some separation, and he laid it out there perfectly. And we got ourselves a ball game, my friend.
We do. It's tied up at 6 apiece. Hey, and that's a Jason Baum long bomb of the game, tied in with a Findlay Hyundai touchdown.
We've had a few of those bombs tonight.
Yeah, we have. Extra point here. This could put Dixie in the lead, currently tied at 6.
Oh, we got it.
Got it.
Well, just like that, Dixie comes back on top. What a response to that great defensive stand.
With 4:58 left to play in this first half, Dixie currently leading here at home on their senior night.
Okay, and the other impressive part about this is Dixie gets the ball in the start the third quarter. So if they can hold them again and carry that momentum into halftime, man.
Yeah, they'll be in a good position.
Yeah.
Quick update from my friends up north.
Oh, Enterprise?
Enterprise.
They win again?
They're winning. It's 39-7 against Parowan right now.
Oh, nice. They're undefeated, right?
They are still undefeated right now. So one of the few schools left in the state still undefeated.
Very nice.
In any classification, so.
The Enterprise Wolves, right?
That's right. Staying undefeated right now through their final matchups here. Going to head into state with the number 1 seed.
I'm telling you, Caden, we need to talk to management about maybe covering one of those games.
I know. We got to do it. All right. It's a UD & Associates kickoff for Dixie. And they kick it right into the back of the end zone.
Boy, that was a heck of a kick. That was 10 yards deep in the end zone. So Vargas showing off that leg. Well, Caden, we've definitely seen a different Dixie team tonight. Last week, they just seemed a little flat up there at Snow Canyon. Tonight, we're seeing that the defensive line get good pressure. We didn't even see them get hardly any pressure last week.
Well, that's the thing I like to see is you have Lopetai out there getting some pressure. We obviously had that pick from Coughlin, who's getting in there and doing some damage as well. It's a handoff.
They just snuffed that right out. They lost 2 yards.
This defense is rolling right now.
Wow. They've got them fired up and playing tough up front.
Check out the Holbrook Asphalt replays. Again, that defense for the Flyers doing what they need to do and getting the pressure.
That was Damian Peterson. We have a 69 for Dixie that was in on that stop. He did a little stunt. And ball carrier had nowhere to go, so great play by him. Might as well mention him. He's a senior. We got to get his name out there.
Absolutely. Barbin takes the snap, looking to pass. Nope, fakes the pass, goes for the handoff up the middle. A little bit of a draw play there, and got some yardage on the play, about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, again, that was, just good flow by the defense that time. Once they realized it was a draw run, they were able to corral him pretty quickly. So it brings up a 3rd and long. This could be a huge play. They could get the ball back. Dixie could here. Maybe get some extra points going in before half.
Barbin on 3rd and long. Pass up the middle. Got his guy, enough for a first down. Big play. Owen Peterson bringing that one in.
Owen Peterson with a great, kind of backward sliding catch. Barbin had to fit that in between a real small window, and he did it. That was a great throw and catch by Barbin.
3:28 left to play. Remember, Dixie sneaking in the lead here, 7-6. It's a first down. U-First Credit Union first down for the Mustangs. Barbin passing across into the flat. Slipping out of some coverage was Peterson again. Gains some yardage on the play, but not much.
Yeah, it was just a quick wide receiver screen. They tried to just do a quick hitter, but that time it was 44 for Dixie. That was Trevin Aldrich, who fought through that and was able to bring down Peterson on the play for a 2-yard gain. Well, we'll give him 3.
We'll give him 3. 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line. Crimson with the ball, working over there on those right hashes on the far side, bringing the ball from our right to left. Snaps away. Barbin dropping back across the middle. Has his guy close to a first down.
Boy, it's a good thing they made that tackle. That was number 28 for Dixie. He's the D lineman. That excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong roster. That was Taloa. He's the down lineman. It was a screen play, very well set up. They had 2 linemen downfield blocking, and he somehow got the tackle. But what's the penalty?
Whatever it was, it went against Dixie. It's a first down.
Oh, that's huge, because that's going to tack. It must have been a personal foul or something.
Yeah.
Because now they're going down 15 more yards.
And it looks like it was after the play, whatever it was as well. I didn't see any flags on the actual play. So, hey, well, it's a first down for the Mustangs. They're at the 40-yard line in Dixie territory. Pass across the middle, first down and more. Big gain there to Luke Childs for the Mustangs. It's another U-First Credit Union first down.
Boy, that's a great play call right there. They faked the dive to suck the linebackers in and throw it right over the top of them on the deep in route.
Quick snap, handoff to Topalian, who's wrapped up immediately right at the 20-yard line, just inches his way towards the Cache Valley Bank red zone.
Yeah, not much there. He had number 42, Lapati, Aisa Lapati. He's done a great job since they brought him in as the 4th down lineman. He's gotten pressure on Barbin. He's made some stops on the run. That was, again, another nice play. Only gave up 2 yards on that run.
Snaps away. Pass up the middle. It's going to go in. It's a touchdown. Luke Childs.
Okay, and that's the same play they ran 2 plays earlier. They just fake the dive, get the linebackers sucked in, and throw it right over the top of them for a touchdown. That was pretty easy.
Luke Childs, big help on that drive. Again, like you mentioned, same play, same connections and everything. So Childs gets in for the touchdown, and the Mustangs take the lead. It is now 12-7.
Well, he's such a big body, too. He's got a big body, got good hands, runs well. So great play call.
PAT pending here. Kick is away. And I believe we got it. So with that, that means the Mustangs take that little bit more of a lead down to 13-7.
Well, if you're Dixie, you got 1:35 now. See if you can respond. Maybe get a big play or 2. Pick up something right before half. But, to have a 1-point ball game, actually be up a point with, a couple of minutes going into the half. Our folks up in Salt Lake, they knew what they were talking about. They thought it was going to be a close game, and sure enough, that's what it's been.
Yeah. All right, well, with that score again, 13 to 7. It's another Findlay Hyundai touchdown. So another donation from Findlay Hyundai to Neighborhood Connection.
Findlay's going to have to get another bus or two by the time we're done tonight.
That's right. That's what we like to see, right?
Yeah.
So Dixie to receive the kickoff here. Now, again, they are going to receive the kickoff at the end of the half, to start off the half, I should say, as well. So,
yeah, it looks like they got Aldridge and DeCow back there for return.
Kick is away. DeCow picks it up at about the 4 or 5 yard line. He brings it out, tripped up at the 15, dropped down to the 16-17.
Well, that was a great tackle by Gavin Carter. He's a junior for Crimson Cliffs. He just stayed in his lane, got off a block, and made the tackle. That was beautifully done. Well, what do you think, Caden? Do you think they try to get a quick score here, or you just kind of run the ball a few times and go into halftime?
Play your 2-minute drill. Why not? You know, I don't think it would be a bad idea to try to get up going into halftime. Schultz takes a snap. The pressure's getting to him. Taken down for the sack.
That's Andrus 54 again. Got off the block and brought Schultz down for about a 9-yard loss. What a big play. A little surprised that Crimson didn't call a timeout.
A little bit. But I think they kind of want that clock to run as well, so who knows. Gets the pass off to Christian. Christian takes it across to the far side. Goes out of bounds with it. On a 2nd and long, it'll now be 3rd and long from the 15-yard line, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, not sure if you're Dixie that you want Christian running out of bounds. They tried to run a little screen play to the left side, and the defense for Crimson just kind of forced them out. I think if you're Dixie, you'd want him to go down inbounds to keep that clock rolling. As you know, Caden, anytime you got to punt that ball inside your own end zone, it makes the coach a little uncomfortable.
That's a tough thing to do. Snap is away. Schultz. Pass is deep. Does he have his guy?
Oh,
he says he's got it.
He came down with it, Caden.
He got it. Wow, Blake Watson again on a big play.
That was almost a one-handed grab. They're giving it to him.
Let's watch this replay.
The 46-yard line. What a huge throw and catch.
Wow. Did he stay in bounds is the question. He came down with it. Did he stay in bounds was the question. Well, they said, yeah, we'll give it to you.
Yeah, they met together and said, let's do it. Oh, and
a flag.
That's going to be another probably sideline warning on Crimson. That's
that would be my guess. If that's the case, then that is going to move the ball forward.
Yeah, another 5 yards probably. Yep, there you go.
Wow, that's a big penalty. 15-yarder. Wow.
All the way down to the 30. 31.
Well, hey, you know, he said, do you go for it if you're Dixie?
Why not?
Well, you go for it if you're Dixie. Because one big play riles up that line over there, that bench, and the sideline push it another 15. So it's a first down here. Passes away, and I don't know if Watson was supposed to curl back in on that or not, but
well, Schultz thought he was. That's for sure. Watson was running.
Watson was in the end zone. He was open. Had he known what Watson was actually doing, he was actually open up there.
That was closely to be picked off by number 5 for Crimson. That was Brock Baker on the coverage. They got a little fortunate on that one. Dixie did.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line. With 43 seconds left to go in this half, Mustangs lead. Can Dixie take that lead back? It's a handoff to Takao. He's sweeping across the right side, cuts inside, has a little bit of room before he's swept up and taken down. That's number 42, Brayson Phillips on the takedown.
Yeah, that was a great job that time by the lead blocker. That was Kesterson leading the way for Takao as they spread that play out. And he found the hole and picked up 8 yards. So It'll bring you up a third and about 2.5 for the first down. 34 seconds left, Kid. If it's me, I would try to just do a quick hit or a 5-yard out or something. Get a fresh set of downs and then go for a couple shots in the end zone.
Hey, why not? For our listeners at home, we are in a Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous timeout. Before we head into the half, the Mustangs saying let's stop this momentum and take a quick timeout. So with that, we'll keep it right here for you, and we will stick with the action through until the half. So again, Flyers currently on a roll right now, marching their way up the field, but they are trailing 7-13. The Mustangs had a great run this last possession of theirs as well that ended with a score to Luke Childs. He had a 20-yard touchdown pass. So with that timeout called, and actually it was the Flyers that called this timeout to say, hey, let's regroup. Let's make sure we know what our game plan is as we head into the red zone.
Well, it's a smart play. They calling the timeout, saves the clock, and they got 2 left. So
yeah, so they're pushing for that, trying to get into the red zone and make something happen here with 34 seconds left on the clock. Schultz takes a snap. Going to the corner of the end zone.
Oh,
he's got his guy. No way, Barbin.
What a catch. He cut inside, number 5.
There's some flags on the play, but I think the flags are pass interference. He still came down with it.
Yeah.
Jackson Barbin on the reception there.
He was up against Baker. Yeah, they're calling it a touchdown. It's a defensive pass interference.
Defensive pass interference. Watching the replay right now. He got tripped up and still came down with it. Jackson Barbin.
What
huge
great concentration.
Play.
My goodness. That's a heck of a catch there. There's another bomb play of the game right there.
So it's tied up again, 13-13 right now. PAT pending. Wow.
Okay, and we thought we'd have a pretty good game on our hands, but this is definitely playing into that.
All right, Bibiano. Here we go for the extra point. Snaps up, kick is away, and good. So Dixie will take the lead with 27 seconds left to go in this half. This is one of the best games we've probably seen this season as far as some lead changes go.
It's a little back and forth. We've seen some good defensive play. We've seen some great offensive plays made by both schools, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun coming into the second half, because you can tell there's a little bit of fight with these Dixie seniors here tonight on senior night, that they're not going to go away easy.
Well, they want to take down that #1 team in region, #1 team in the state.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that it's your crosstown rival too. So
no, and you know what? It just gives you tons of confidence as they are only 2 weeks away from playoffs, right?
Yeah, really is. Especially with the, like you mentioned, the playoffs are less than 2 weeks away. Well, 2 weeks from tonight, right? It's when they would start, or they'll start on a Thursday.
And by the way, so the penalty is going to go onto the kickoff. So he's kicking off from the 45, already in Crimson territory. At this point, just kick a field goal.
I'd be willing to bet he's going to get a touchback on this one.
You think?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Yeah.
He just made a field goal.
He made a field goal on the kickoff. A good 55-yard field goal. That's all that was, right?
Yeah, really.
So with 27 seconds left to go, the Mustangs will send their offense out on the field. Remember, Dixie gets the ball to start the second half. So if Dixie can get a stop here and then take the ball back and extend their lead coming out of halftime, hey, that's a big step in the right direction for the Flyers. We'll talk about that and more coming up in the Rally Stop halftime show.
They just got to make sure they get some stops here. If I was Dixie, I'd play back, make them try to beat you underneath, but they're still playing their base defense.
Pass away, wide open, and out of bounds.
CK, and that's just too easy.
Childs again.
Childs just goes up the sideline, doesn't even burn 10 seconds, and they're on the 49-yard line, 48-yard line.
Luke Childs with another big play. That's his fourth big play of the night.
Yeah, he's got at least, I think, a half dozen receptions already on the night.
We'll check out those stats coming up at halftime as well.
He looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, Barbin just looks good getting it to him as well. I'll give him the credit, too. Barbin dropping back to pass again. Out to the side. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Childs again.
Well, Childs that time, he got pushed out of bounds, so he couldn't really catch it. So
yeah,
a little surprised that he got the ball thrown to him, but.
Well, again, he's just the one guy that's kind of doing everything for him tonight, so might as well send it to your guy that's got the hot hand, right?
You know, if it was me, Caden, I would fake that to Childs and try to get a deep post on this backs on the wide side here. They might be able to get a quick hitter there.
You got Adamson over here who's been making some plays. I think you have Connor Kell as well that's been lining up on this side. I mean, guys that can make these plays as well, so let's see what happens. Snaps away Barbin. He's going to go up the middle with it. No one there. It was intended again for Childs.
Well, that time they went trips to the wide side, and Barbin looked to the 3 receiver side to try the safeties over. He had one-on-one coverage on the other side but they just couldn't quite hit it.
With 9 seconds left to go in this half. Big third down play here, 3rd and 10. Tyler West checks back in, taking the spot of Boston Adamson. So he'll come over here to this near side to us.
I'd look for Childs or Peterson, the ball to go to one of those two on this one.
Snaps away. Pressure coming. He's got to get the ball away. Throwing it out of bounds. 1 second left on the clock, so on a 4th down play, you might as well just go for it at this point.
Boy, Barbin, he was under duress there in the pocket. They just rushed for her and dropped 7 back. And Barbin slid to his left and ran for his life, just getting away from the pressure and threw it out of bounds. Great coverage downfield that time by Dixie.
So it's a 4th down play. The pressure getting to Barbin, that's tough. It's happened multiple times tonight.
Yeah, you've seen a difference ever since they went to that 4-down line look.
Yeah. Well, they kneel it out. So it is now halftime here from Flyer Field. 14-13 Flyers leading this one. They got to be feeling pretty good heading into halftime. Coming up next, it's the Rally Stop halftime show. So stick around through the break as we'll bring you that, give you score updates from across Region 10 and more. All that coming up. We'll take a 3-minute break and be back on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. Hearst General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main and Cedar City.
Southern Utah, the anticipation has been building. It's Region 10 football back under the lights on a Friday night. The matchup you've all been waiting for. Get ready for Region 10 football. It's time! Incredible! gets in for the score.
For this amazing job opportunity.
Dixie Flyers currently leading over the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. It's 14-13 in what's so far turning out to be one of the better games that we've had so far this season.
Yeah, been a lot of big plays this first half and good physical defense on both sides. It's been a lot of fun. Good game to call and a lot of excitement on both sides.
Yeah, it's been great. Welcome into our Rally Stop halftime show. I'm Caden Formaster and Keith Curtis with you here on the broadcast tonight. Thank you for listening here on the Fan Sports Network on 99.5 FM or 95.3 FM in St. George. You can also watch this game live over on region10sports.tv. That's region10sports.tv, or you can find us on thefansportsnetwork.com as well. So thanks for joining us over there. As we mentioned before, this game right now, 14-13 in favor of Dixie over the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs at halftime. Some scores from across Region 10 before we hop into the action here. Over at Desert Hills, it is 45-0. The Thunder over Cedar. Quite the matchup going on over there. It's
45-0.
45-0 at half.
That's a tough one.
And then we also have the score over at the Pineview against Snow Canyon. The last score update I saw over there was 28-0. That was at the end of the first quarter. I don't know if it's changed much since then, but
well, if we haven't had an update since the first quarter, the way that was going, I bet it's a little higher than that, too.
It very well could be.
Man.
What's funny, I got to shout out to my mom, huh? I'm going to give a shout out to my mom real quick because, of course, she's watching the Enterprise game. She says it's 47-14 Enterprise over Parowan at halftime. So
nice.
Quick score update for our friends up north in Enterprise. But, yeah, and I know that the Hurricane is also on the road at Cottonwood. I'm going to see if I can get some score updates from that at some point during our Rally Stop halftime show. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to Rally Stop. Locations across southern Utah in St. George and in Cedar. It's a good place to go refuel your vehicle and grab some snacks and treats for yourself as well. So head on over to Rally Stop.
Yeah, my favorite place to go around lunchtime, get a nice Coke and maybe a candy bar or whatnot. But yeah, if you're out and about, support your local Rally Stops. If you're in Cedar or here in St. George, they're a great sponsor for us, and we appreciate you supporting them.
Absolutely. All right, well, getting into the stats from this game as well. We have, of course, Crimson and Dixie. Both of these teams are looking fairly similar. Total offense right now is 239 yards for the Mustangs, 183 yards for the Flyers. So the Mustangs kind of outweighing them there. They also hold more time of possession at 13 minutes, 55 seconds. But passing yards for Crimson is, again, where they're really getting their pickups, 216 for them and 173 for Dixie. So the passing game is strong for both of these teams. The question here is, how do these teams connect in the running game? The running game has been tough. They're getting stuffed up early. They're not getting a lot of yards. You have Takao and Christian on one side fighting for yardage. On the other side, you have Topalian and Christiansen fighting for yards, and just not a lot there.
Well, both sides, it's been really tough sledding up front.
It really has been.
At that first quarter, I thought it was interesting that Crimson got good chunks of yardage on the run game. Dixie flipped their down lineman from 3 to 4, and they pretty much shut that down. So I've been impressed with what they've done since they made that change.
Yeah, that's very true. The bringing in that fourth lineman has been a huge advantage that Dixie's brought into their scheme here tonight. So one thing to look at too is, let's look at third down conversions. I always kind of like looking at those. Crimson has had 9 opportunities to convert on third down, and they've done it 4 times.
Okay.
Dixie has had 7. They've done it 3 times. And then on fourth down, they did convert that 4th and 2 situation that they had.
That's like basically another down. So
yeah.
Well, that's a great percentage. I mean, if you're thinking about it from the Dixie standpoint, that's 4 out of 8, right?
Yeah, you're considering
50%.
Right.
And then I think the only difference has been the passing yardage. Crimson has just hit on a few bigger plays than Dixie has. Other than that, I think it's almost been identical as far as both teams go.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that I would dare agree with it, right? As far as turnovers go, Dixie got that pick off of Crimson. It was from, let's see, who was that? That was number 8.
Junior Coughlin.
Junior Coughlin for the Flyers that got the pick there. So,
okay, now I'm just going to say it right now. If Dixie wins this game, it's because of that play.
Right.
Because that momentum totally changed the second that he got that pick.
Right, and you know what? We look back at that moment, that's, we mentioned it earlier that we look at our Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game. I said sometimes it happens early on. Well, it felt like it was all Crimson until that pick happened. Because Crimson was marching.
Yeah.
They had already stopped one Dixie attempt at getting downfield. They were marching again to score again.
And the INT
that
was
pick happened
about the 20, 18-yard line? Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And when that pick happened, again, it just all of a sudden Dixie starts scoring. Dixie got 2 touchdowns in the second quarter alone. Crimson got their 2 touchdowns split between first and the second. So, I would say that was definitely a crucial part of the game right there. Was that interception by Dixie?
Well, it was just shortly after that interception that Stapley ran out of the pocket, hit on the deep pass down for their first score, and that really it was all set up by that interception. It was a big play.
Yeah, you had that big score by Blake Watson who got down there. And by the way, maybe one of the most impressive catches that I've seen from Barbin there with 20 seconds or so left to go and 27 seconds left to go in the half, where it's a defensive pass interference, and he says, I don't care, I'm still bringing this ball in.
Well, don't forget the one down the sideline before that, too.
Yeah.
Where we thought I think it was Watson again.
I think that one was Watson as well.
And it looked like he was out of bounds, but the officials met, and he must have got a toenail in because it was a big gainer down the Crimson sideline there, and that's what set that play up.
Right. That was a drive of the game right there for sure. So, some guys looking to make a name for themselves right now with Watson and Barbin. They're going to have to be on our short list so far of potential Hearst Ace Hardware players of the game. So we're going to have to keep our eye on those guys.
Well, I'm excited to see what the second half brings. Crimson's going to bring a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if they try blitzing more than one guy from that linebacker spot just to get more pressure up front. And it'll be interesting to see how Dixie counteracts that. Maybe they run a few more draws and screen passes to overcompensate for that fast-moving defense of Crimson. And you never know. You might pop a big one.
Hey, yeah, you're right. You just never know, right? So with that, you know what? Hey, we're getting some good action here at Dixie High School. I like what we're seeing from both sides. The defense of Dixie looks phenomenal. Those receivers are making big plays. I'd like to see a little more from the running game, but I could also say a lot of the same stuff about Crimson.
Yep.
The receivers are doing good things. Luke Childs especially.
Having a great night.
Still Barbin looks comfortable, but he's getting too much pressure on him. So that offensive line for Crimson needs to hold up a little bit more. I'd like to see the defense get a little bit more pressure on Schultz as well. So a few different things that I'm seeing from this game, from both standpoints, from Dixie and from Crimson. Any other thing that you would like to point out as well?
I think that pretty much nails it. I think this first series that Dixie has the ball is going to be critical for Crimson. Because think about it, if Dixie comes down and scores a touchdown, they're now down 8 points. And I don't think they've ever been. Well, they were behind in a game. They've been behind, but it's not against a defense that's been as good as Dixie's has tonight.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. All right, well, let's take another break before we come back in for the second half of play here from Flyer Field. So you're listening to the Fan Sports Network. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back on the other side in just a bit.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit HolbrookAsphalt.com to discover
Appliance
more.
wholesalers Wholesalers Plus, a locally owned business, and has been helping Southern Utah with appliance needs for the past 25 years. With one of the
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Welcome back here to Dixie High School. Well, let me give you one thing about Dixie.
They're awesome.
They treat us well and they give us food, and I'm trying to eat food during the break, and I didn't finish it.
Caden's like, was that 2 minutes already?
I know.
Yeah, you love coming to Flyer Field. They take care of you, whether it's football or baseball. They always bring you a little Chick-fil-A sandwich or some nachos or something. They're just great to the people who help bring these broadcasts to you, as well as, their PA announcers. They take care of their people here. So kudos to them.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome, bringing us all the snacks, all the food, Chick-fil-A sandwiches, nachos. I mean, we get it all.
Yeah, this way you don't have to stop and go home before, on your way home tonight, kid. You're okay.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. As long as I got myself my water's full, my stomach's full, I'm good.
You're good to go.
Yeah. Well, as we head into the second half, it is 14-13. The Flyers currently leading over the Mustangs. And we're about a minute away from kicking off this second half of play, but we appreciate you joining us for the Rally Stop halftime show here. A lot of action here in this first half. So, by the way, we did get a score update. I guess Hurricane is currently leading over Cottonwood.
Yeah, they're up, I think it's 11, 34-23 or something like that.
That's a pretty good score.
Good for the Tigers. That's great. Good night for Region 10.
Yeah, for sure. Well, with that, I mean, we kind of got ourselves a good game here. Every other game right now is kind of blowing out here in Southern Utah, so we ended up with a good one.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we got to call this one tonight. They're going to have a running clock in those other two games, so those games are going to get over quick. But this one, I think it's going to go down to the wire here. It's going to come down.
We might have ourselves a 10 o'clock finish.
Yeah.
Those other ones might be more of a 9:30 finish. Yeah.
But I think this one could come down to who has the ball last and who can make a big play.
Absolutely. We'll see how things go. They're putting the 12 minutes up on the clock right now, so Dixie will receive the ball to start things off as well. Since they won the toss, they deferred, and they will have the ball back right now. They're rolling. Can they keep that momentum through halftime is the big question, because they do have the momentum. This game is close, but Dixie has the momentum.
They really do, and they got a big crucial stop right there before the half, so that kind of feeds into that momentum. If they can come out and get a couple of big strikes here, get Crimson on their heels a little bit, it's going to be an interesting second half. It'll be a lot of fun to call, because Crimson's got a lot of weapons on that side. There's not 7-1 for a reason. They're going to put some points up, so it's going to be a fun second half.
Now again, as long as the offensive line can hold off, that's a big deal, right? The offensive line for Crimson needs to hold off that defense from Dixie. And then the defense for Crimson needs to, if they can get back there, put a little bit more pressure on Schultz, throw off the passing game, because that passing game is right on. And the corners are right there. The corners are playing well for the Mustangs. They're close, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what happened is Dixie was able to open up the Crimson defense by passing the ball first, and then it opened up the run game a little bit here. I think they're going to have to continue that in the second half to make this to make this a competitive game going down to the wire.
Well, the kick is away. Takao gets it at about the 10. He's going to take it right up the middle, trying to look for some blockers. Still on his feet across the 30 before he gets brought down.
Boy, it looked like he was going to get
scrappy down there.
Yeah. Down on the 20, and then he just bursted through there, found a little crease or something. Got it down to the 32, so great field position to start.
It's U First Credit Union first down to start things off here. That kickoff brought to you by Udy & Associates. Udy & Associates, they are your local American family insurance agency here in St. George. Handoff up the middle. It's Jeffrey Christian taking it across the 35 to the 36. Drop down. It'll be second down and 6 to go.
Yeah, just a quick hitter by Christian. He went right off the left guard, number 50. Right behind him, that was Cody Martin. And he picked up 4 tough yards, almost 5 yards on that first play. So good positive play here on their first play out of the half.
Looking at the sideline for second down play. Remember, the Flyers leading this one 14-13 up on the Wilkinson's house sliding scoreboard. Schultz takes the snap, hands it off, and wrapped up immediately is Takao for a loss on the play.
Yeah, they tried to.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap.
Skins are famous
Want
for,
to relive the highlights of the
number
game?
32 that time for Crimson. That was Rigby Moss. He came streaking in there from the middle linebacker spot and wrestled him down for a 2-yard loss.
3rd and 10. Snap is away, looking to pass. Passes out and it is short.
Boy, that's the second time tonight we've seen they try to run a pass play, and Schultz, he just one hops it like a grounder into the receiver. He's just not stepping into the ball, and he didn't have that much pressure. He's got to step into that and fire that in there.
Yeah, well, and hey, you know what? The Mustangs did what they were supposed to do, which is stop that opening possession, stop some of this momentum from the Flyers. They did that on this 4th down where the punt is away, and it's pretty good punt down to about the 30. Oh, he muffs it.
And Dixie
picks it up.
Boy, that was right in the breadbasket. That hit him right between the numbers. The Crimson return guy, that was number 14.
Yep,
Tyler West. And he just looked up to run before he gathered that in, and the Dixie Flyers were right there to fall on it. So that's a huge turnover here in the third
when
quarter.
I'm praising Crimson for doing everything they're supposed to do, they just give Dixie the ball. It's like it's the same as a 60-yard pass right there.
Yeah, that's
on 4th down.
That's a huge play.
Handoff, sweeping across the side is Takao. Cuts in for little gain, 1 yard.
Yeah, getting a little surprised they're going back to the running game as early as they are. That's the 3rd run play to 1 pass. I thought they'd try to go opposite.
Yeah, very strange. Again, the running game just has not really been there for either of these teams. They just are struggling to move that ball in the run game, which, hey, maybe says a lot more about the defense than it does the offense, because I know these guys can put yards down from the ground. So,
well, that Crimson defense, they're a bend but don't break defense, and they're blitzing all over the place. As I've mentioned throughout the night, it's coming from every direction.
Absolutely. Snaps away. Schultz with some pressure on him. Gets the pass off to Cal. Pushes forward. Gain of about 5 or 6.
That was a great play call. They called the middle blitz, so they brought both linebackers in the A gaps. That's right, shoulder to shoulder with the center there, and they just threw it right over the top of them for a little screen pass and picked up almost 7 yards. So great play call.
So that brings up 3rd down from the 24-yard line. For the Flyers, Schultz is in the gun. Schultz takes the snap, Hands off to Christian. Christian up the middle with it. Pushing and pushing for that first down. He's going to be real close.
I think he got it. That last twist at the end, he just went right off the right guard and stuck his nose up there and spinned his way into a first down. Good hard running that time by Christian. I wouldn't be surprised, Ken, if they try to take a shot at Barman here on the wide side of the field, kind of like what they did in the first half.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. By the way, on the video side of things, shout out to our camera person upstairs. It's her first time, right? Is that right, Dusty? Her first time up there on the camera. She's doing a killer job. Oh. Hand off to Takao, taken down in the backfield. Big play by Crimson.
That was a great play. Number 32.
Was that 32? Yep. Yeah. That's Rigby Moss.
He just shot from the middle linebacker spot right through the gap as they tried to run that wide receiver kind of, we'll call it a reverse, but it's not. But just the action there, and he just came right through and just put him to the ground.
8:25 left to go in the third quarter. 14-13 Flyers lead. They're trying to extend it here. Snaps away. Schultz looking to pass. Has a guy out in the middle.
Oh, we got him.
Got him. Kesterson.
Yes.
Right down to the 4-3-yard line. Mason Kesterson.
Boy, Caden, I don't know if the folks at home could see that, but Kesterson reached right over the top of the linebacker.
He just said, that is mine.
He was a little taller, yeah, and he just said, okay, I'm taking this for a huge first down for Dixie.
Here's the Holbrook asphalt replay. You're right. Kesterson just kind of took it right over the hands. All right, into the Cache Valley Bank red zone we go. It's a first and goal situation from the 3-yard line. Keeping himself is Schultz, powering through.
Yep.
Gets there. Jalen Schultz with a rushing touchdown for the Flyers. Extend their lead. It's 20-13.
Boy, Caden, what a great play call that time. They've been running that dive play with Christian time after time. This time, Schultz fakes the dive, goes right around the end, and the end wasn't expecting him to take it in there, and he got the line to game for the touchdown.
Extra point from Bibiano. There's the snap. Kick is up and good. 21-13 Flyers.
Well, we're going to have ourselves a great second half here, Caden. It's going to be a lot of fun on this one.
Absolutely. And that was just the first drive of this half. I mean, do we consider it the first drive of the half? On a fourth down, they punted it. It's still part of that drive on a muffed punt.
I was like, no, it's kind of the second one, but no, in reality, it's the first one.
Crimson offense never touched the field if we're thinking about it that way, right? So
Right.
Well, a little 3-yard keeper from Schultz puts it in the end zone again. 21-13 Flyers now.
Well, you notice the momentum shift every time that there's been a turnover by Crimson. You know, you had that interception in the first half. That's when Dixie got their first big strike. And then again on the muff punt, they were able to come down and pound it in. And so now, you know, you take those turnovers away, and normally Crimson would be leading, but now they're down 8 points. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond.
Well, this kick is away, and it is going into the back of the end zone. Flyers are rolling right now. The fans are happy. The cheerleaders are throwing stuff out. It's a fun senior night here for the Flyers.
We almost had to close that window. You got a shirt flying through here.
Yeah, I'll catch it. I don't care.
They even got the mini Flyer cheerleaders, the little kids out there helping them out.
Yeah, they got the whole crew out here. All right, so the Mustang offense takes field for the first time in this half. Pass across to the side. Short gain. I think it was Connor Kell on the reception. It was Connor Kell for the short gain of 6 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 from the 26.
Yeah, they tried to run a little wide receiver screen there, just to try a quick hitter, pick up some positive yards. And, you know, it's kind of like a running play, really. It's a quick hitter and lets your athlete get out in space a little bit. Good tackle that time by number 29 for Dixie on the tag. That was Kzier. for the stop after 6 yards.
Taking it across the side, Christiansen. Big gain.
That was a big positive run. That was almost 15, 16 yards that time for Crimson. That was Christiansen that was able to bounce off the right outside of the left tackle there and found some open daylight.
One of the best runs we've probably seen today from either side. And, yeah, it was only a 15-yard gain, but that's about as good as we've seen so far. Ball at the 39-yard line for the Mustangs on this U First Credit Union first down. Again, Christiansen looks to go to the right, put on the brakes, and went up the middle for just a short gain of a yard.
Boy, he felt that one, too. There was about 9 guys from Dixie in on that tackle. That's what they call a gang tackle right there.
Yeah, there was a lot of Flyers in on that one.
Do it again, defense! Let's go!
Second down, 9 at the 40-yard line. Mustang offense trying to get rolling here, but the Flyers have had all the momentum so far. Snaps away. Passing out Barbin. Does he have his guy? It's well overthrown, out of bounds.
Yeah,
3rd and 9.
Little mix-up that time by Barbin and Luke Childs. Childs kind of stopped on the route, and Barbin threw it deep, so they'll come back. They're kind of talking to each other as they ran past each other to the huddle, saying, hey, where are you going with that one?
Quick update from Desert Hills. It's still 45-0. It looks like Desert Hills has put in all of their subs now. So...
Well, I would hope. You get somebody injured, you're up 45 points. Somebody's going to have to talk to that one.
Especially when you're 1 game away from playoffs.
Yeah.
So on 3rd and 9, snaps away. Barbin has a pass. It's up in the air. Oh, and it hits the turf. It is incomplete.
Boy, that hit the hands of Tyler West, and that went straight in the air. That could have been a big play for Dixie, but they've held them on 3 downs here, and they're going to get the ball back with 6 minutes left in the quarter.
That was for Dixie, they almost lucked out there. They had 3 guys in the area, but I don't think any of them saw that the ball hit the hands of West and went up. They were still just more focused on covering their positions, and luckily for the Mustangs, ball hit the turf. It's 4th down. So they'll punt this one away. It's a pretty good one. It's a line drive. Oh, and it's picked up. Good heads-up play by Watson.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half that the first punt that Crimson had was a low line drive. Well, this time Watson picked it up on the as it's coming towards him. Last time he let it go and it rolled for 20 more yards. This time he picked it up and he picked up 8 yards, so that saved him probably a good 30 yards right there.
Yeah, he put it all the way down to the 45.
That's almost
good field position right here for the Flyers.
That's a net of about a 19-yard punt.
That's crazy. All right, U First Credit Union first down. Snap is away. Handoff. Seth Takau. He's going to get tripped up in the backfield. Slips it and taken down. No gain, if not maybe even the loss of half a yard.
Boy, that's tough sledding up there. Takau, or is that Christian or Takau that was in there? He was running it. And he slipped one. The middle linebacker came blitzing through their 37 for Crimson. That was Jordan Phillips, and then big number 97.
Well, that was 34 that came in. McKay Wright came in and got originally wrapped him up and that he slipped it. But yeah, Takau able to slip that one, get back to the line of scrimmage is actually pretty good for the Flyers, but I still got to give some credit to this Mustang defense for making that stop. So 2nd and 10. Snaps away. It's a low snap. Picking it up off the ground. Schultz across the sideline. Watson. He's got a U First Credit Union first down and takes the ball into Mustang territory.
Yeah, just a beautiful 15-yard out pattern on the short side of the field. Schultz was going his way the whole time. They went trips to the wide side, so most of the coverage was over there. Easy throw and catch for a first down. Scheme-wise, that's a great play.
That's a great play. Ball at the 41-yard line. The Flyers inside of the Crimson territory. It snaps away, and Christian's going to take it up the middle. Pretty good run there by Jeffrey Christian.
Well, again, that time Crimson brought the outside linebacker and the middle linebacker from the weak side, and that's right where Christian ran, and he found the hole, picked up 7, almost 8 yards. So good quick hitter right up the guard. looks like they got a little formula for success rolling right now.
Yeah, they're moving the ball really well right now, the Flyers are, and they still lead this one 21-13, 4:35 left to go. 2nd and 3 from the 34. Snap is away. Schultz to pass. Deep. Intended for Watson. Well overthrown.
That was great coverage that time by number 3 for Crimson. That's Charles. Is it Morby or Mose? Yeah, Morby. Charles Morby, number 3.
Yep.
He's a junior, but he had great coverage that time. Stride for stride. In fact, he had a better play on that ball than the Dixie receiver did.
Hey, knock on wood on this, but we have yet to see very many penalties. We've seen some very penalty-heavy games. And yeah, sure, there have been penalties, but this has so far been pretty clean for the most part. Snaps away to Cow on his quick feet. Slips the tackle and keeps on rolling. He's down to the 20. He's still going at the 10 and goes out of bounds.
Boy, that was a quick hitter by DeCow. He was just going right off the left tackle. Broke 2 tackles. We thought he was going down. And then next thing you know, he's on the sideline tiptoeing.
The Holbrook asphalt replay kind of shows what happens here. He got slipped up a little bit at the 20, takes it or at the 30. Finally gets pushed out of bounds around the 8. So it'll be a 1st and goal inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Let's see where they officially spot that one.
I think it's on the
where do they put it? They put it at the 8?
Yeah. What a great run by DeCow.
Beautiful run by DeCow. Schultz hands off to Christian. Christian right up the gut. Takes up the middle, gains about 5 yards.
Boy, Caden, I'm impressed. The center and the guard that time, they just trapped the nose guard. And Christian just hit that as hard as he could, and he picked up 4 or 5 yards. Just a quick hitter. That Dixie line, they're really getting off the ball right now.
Yeah. A lot of work has to get done in those trenches, and they're doing what they need to do. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Hand off to Christian again. Christian, the blitz coming around the backside. That was number 97, Rowan Williams, taking him down.
Yeah, we've called his number quite a few times tonight. Williams having a nice game, but they're only 1 yard away, and they're milking this clock down, Caden. If they can get this in, they'll definitely go for it, I would think, if they don't pick up the touchdown.
Yeah, make this a big 2-score game. This could be huge for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Take down the number 1 team in the state. That's not easy to do.
I'm surprised they don't put Schultz right under center and try to go that way, but I know that's old school.
Yeah, that is old school. Schultz takes a snap. He loses it. It's on the ground. Pressure trying to get to him. He's going to get wrapped up, taken down for a loss. Still gets back pretty far. He's down to about the 3 or 4 yard line. We'll see where they officially spot him.
I hate to say it, Caden, but that's where old school actually would be better. You get under center. You don't have a worry about a snap like that. You got options when you're there. Now, being 4 yards out, I'd almost kick the field goal, take the points.
On a 4th down situation, 4th and 3.
I would rather be up 2 full scores than just 1. You know what I mean?
Right. No matter what, it's a 2-score game.
Yeah.
They got to get in the end zone twice. If you get the field goal, I might agree with you here, Keith.
Hey.
I agree with you most of the time.
I could rub off on you.
I agree with you most of the time. Calm down. You're a smart guy, Keith. Don't take it.
Well,
don't take advantage of it.
Don't say that too often. My head won't get out the door.
All right. Well, there is a Freddy's Fabulous timeout to Dixie. Dixie takes this one. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves, 30 seconds, and we will be back with you right here on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on
Parts
Main in
needs.
Cedar City.
Coming out of the Freddy's Fabulous timeout, Dixie still leading this one 21-13, looking to get more points on the board in their 4th and goal situation at the 3 yard line.
Well, Caden, I think they're going to kick the field goal here. They took the timeout to talk it over and regroup a little bit, and I think cooler heads prevailed a little bit, and I think it's the right call, to be honest with you.
I agree with it. So we got Jonathan Bibiano Vargas. Lots of names. We'll get him out there to kick this one away. Kick is up. And good. Tack on an extra 3. Well, 24-13 now.
Makes it a little bit harder now for Crimson. They know they have to get 2 full scores to get back into this. And, you know, Dixie, you still got the momentum, so you might as well just take the points and keep rolling it.
So with that, we're going to be getting set up for another UD Associates kickoff here. Dixie to be kicking off to the Mustangs.
Okay, and just to review some of our keys to the game, I put down that Dixie needs to start fast. Well, they didn't start real fast, but from that interception midway through the first quarter on, they've really done a nice job. And the other key I put down is no big plays. They've really limited the number of shots that Crimson's got. Now, they've gotten good yardage, don't get me wrong, but the last few times that defense has been locked in pretty good, enforcing the 3 and out and getting Crimson to punt.
Absolutely. All right, kick is away. It's a line drive into the end zone. Well, up on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard, again, 24-13. The Flyers with a pretty commanding lead right now. An 11-point lead is a solid spot to be in right now for Dixie.
Well, and Crimson's not, you know, they're not used to being behind. We called the game earlier against Hurricane. They were down, I think it was 17-7 or something like that, and then they had a massive comeback after that. So, you know, they've been in this position before. They know what they got to do. They've got the skill receivers and quarterbacks to do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just start firing away here.
Absolutely. 2:06 left to go in the third quarter here as well. Barbin back in the gun, takes the snap, hands off to Topalian up the middle. Good run there by Mason Topalian. Does he
asphalt? It's not something
shy
we think
of that
about
first down
much,
mark by like half a yard.
Yeah, half a ball length is all. That
We'll give him the 29.5-yard line. Well, they're moving quick. Mustangs want to get the ball rolling here. Snaps away again. Barbin to pass. Up the middle. He's got his guy. It's a first down by just a little bit. Number 18, Owen Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson just does a 3-yard curl. That just enough for them to get the first down and move the sticks. And now they're going to huddle up. They were just trying to get a quick hitter play just to get that first down. And now they'll regroup and see what they can pick apart here on the defensive for Dixie.
You first. Credit Union first down. And there's a flag on the play.
That's usually a motion or a false start. They usually don't call him dead, so. Oh, it's offside.
Encroachment. All right. So they're saying Dixie was lined up in the neutral zone. They'll move it up 5 yards. First down again here from now it'll be at the 38-yard line for Crimson.
Usually they let that play out, you know, and then but this time they blew it dead for some reason. Oh,
and another. Wow, that was quick.
They're going to get a sideline warning again. I don't know if they're going to get the penalty because they've already been warned.
They've already been warned, or if it resets at the half, who knows? Unsportsmanlike, actually.
That's even bigger.
That's a 15-yarder.
Yeah.
Well, why would you?
That's got to come from the coaching staff or one of the players from over there on the sideline.
Someone had to have said, yeah, they have to have said something to one of the Dixie players would be my guess. And, you know, you're sitting in a situation where it's first down and 5 yards, and now you got to go for a 1st and 20. Well, snaps away. Barbin set back to pass. He goes right up the middle with it. Overthrown to Luke Childs.
Boy, he had him too. Childs had a step on him, and if that could have been a little bit more air into that one, he could have.
There is a flag on the play, however. Flag sitting on the 40-yard line, so we'll see what this flag is. But
Caden, you know how you said we haven't had many flags?
I know. I jinxed it. I told you, knock on wood, it didn't work. Holding on the defense is the call, so a penalty will bring it right back. It's going to be, I believe it's 1st and 10 again.
Yeah.
We just took some time off the clock.
We're back to the original line of scrimmage that we had 3 plays ago.
The only difference is about a minute and 20 seconds are gone.
Yeah, we've got 50 seconds here left in the 3rd quarter.
Jeez. All right, well, hey, 1st and 10. Handoff. Topalian goes up the middle. Short gain. About 4 yards, 5 yards. We'll see where they've put the final placement, but decent run there by Mason Topalian.
Yeah, they tried to do just a draw play, waiting for those linebackers to drop into their zone. Good job by the Dixie front 4, just getting off the blocks enough to make that tackle.
2nd and 5. Taking their time. 20 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. It's 24-13. Flyers lead this one. Crimson's got a lot of ground to cover in the next quarter of play. Pass across middle, well overthrown. Again, Barvin's got to just lower that just a little bit more.
He had him too. He was single coverage, Childs was, but Aldridge was blitzing the middle linebacker, and he was right in Barvin's face, so that's why he was rushed, or else he could have had a big play to Childs.
Third and 5. This Flyer defense again doing its thing. They're holding off.
Yeah, they played really well tonight.
Snaps away. Barvin to pass. Passes deep.
Got him.
Oh, and overthrown again.
Boy, he almost looked like that's Adamson, right?
Boston Adamson again, yep.
It looked like he almost pulled up a little bit.
He's done that twice now, where one time he had the ball pulled up and he could have gained an extra 5 or so yards. This time, pulled up again. I don't know.
Boy, he was just a half a stride away from making that he would have walked in the end zone. Well, just like that, Caden, we're down to the 4th. That's the end of the 3rd. So.
End of the 3rd quarter. Hey, we'll take a quick break, 1 minute, and we will be back on the other side right here on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
526-390, equal housing lender.
Welcome back into the action here from Dixie High School. It's the Flyers and Mustangs. Flyers lead 24-13 as we get started with the 4th quarter here.
Well, Caden, while we were away, they punted the ball down, so Dixie will start on the 25-yard line. Man, if they can get a score out of this drive, they could really get the scare into the Crimson Cliffs. #1 seed here in the region.
Well, it's a 1st and 10 situation for the Flyers, starting off at the 25-yard line. Schultz passes it off. Mason Kesterson on the reception, had a gap. He's going for it. He's at the 40. Slips and tackles, bounces around, and takes a fall at the 48-yard line. Huge.
As a local business owner,
that was a perfectly placed call that time. They did the tight end screen. We've seen it all. We've seen the running back screen. We've seen the wide receiver screen. Now we got the tight end screen, and they just allowed that fast-moving defense to get upfield. They slipped the tight end underneath them, get a couple blockers in front, and you got 25 yards.
Well, taking it to the other side right now, it's to Cal, and he's going to get taken down for a big loss.
Boy, they tried to run that wide receiver stretch play that they love to run, and Crimson just was not going to have that. They strung that out so well. They had so many guys there that on the backside, number 97 came through and made the stop, and we've called his name a lot. That's Rowan Williams. He's just a junior. He's had a heck of a game tonight.
All right, well, it's second and long, second and about 14. Snap is away. Again, Takao takes this one, sweeping across the other side. Gets back to almost that original line of scrimmage, about a yard shy of it.
Yeah, again, there's that wide receiver action. They pick up 3 yards, so it's going to be third and long now. If they can get 5 or 6 yards here, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for it, because you're kind of in between as far as being able to punt it and get distance on it, so might be 2 down territory.
Yeah, we're getting real close to that.
Here we go, offense!
10:32 left to go here in this game. On the Wilkinson's house lighting scoreboard, it's 24-13. Schultz. Pass deep. Turning around. Oh, almost getting the pick. Brock Baker.
Yeah, Baker that time, great coverage. He was stride for stride with them, as well as the deep safety. That was Jay Sweeten, number 1. He was there. They kind of had him sandwiched. Really, it was a forced throw into coverage. But, you know, when you got the lead, you're up 11, you can take those chances a little bit, Caden.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, if they pick it off, that's kind of like a punt anyways. They would have been down right around the 10-yard line, so.
Fourth down and long. They're going to punt this one away. Back to receive is Tyler West.
That's a good-looking punt.
West brings it in at the 25. He's at the 30, still going. Kind of running across that 30-yard line and finally taken down. So forward progression gives it to about the 30 and a half yard line.
He was jitterbugging there, wasn't he? He eluded about 4 tackles. Great job by West.
Hey, and I got to give West some credit. Last time he's back to receive that punt and he dropped it.
Yeah.
Gave Dixie the chance to put some points on the board. So this time, again, I know there's got to be nerves in the system that you're going to miss it. He got it. He gained some yards on the play. So good play there by West.
You're absolutely right. If you've ever tried to return a kick and you've muffed one, you know there's a lot of pressure on that next one.
There's a lot of pressure on the next one. You First Credit Union, first down, hand off up the middle to Topalian. Pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Yeah, again, just a quick hitter right off the right guard, trying to find any movement there. And Dixie did a good job bottling it up there, but Topalian fought and dove forward to get that extra yard and a half there.
Trayson Jessup loses a helmet, so he has to go sit on the sideline for a play. It is now 2nd and 6 from the 35-yard line. Snaps away. Barbin hands it off. Topalian spins. Gets taken down after a gain of 2.
Boy, that was a great play by Aldridge, the middle linebacker, 44. He read that draw play, but Topalian put a spin move on him in the hole, got away from him, but unfortunately, he spun right into Braden Wilson after a 2-yard gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. The Mustangs have been able to gain about 3 yards each play. Let's see if they can do it again. Topalian, he gets stuffed up and taken down. Aldridge again. Trevin Aldridge, you got to keep saying that name.
Boy, he just blitzed off the outside linebacker spot, and that's one where Barbin's got to read that play. If he would have pulled it out, he would have been able to go right around the end for about 10 yards. So here's 4th down and 3. They're going to go for it, Caden, on their own 38-yard line. Oh, no, they've decided to punt now. I was a little shocked they were going to try to go for it. Well, we certainly got ourselves an upset here in Region 10 tonight. I don't know if many people would have thought that Dixie would have been like this.
I know, and they punt this one away. Picking it up at about the 25-yard line, but getting some room to run. Down the sideline to about the 45. Some flags come out. That's Junior Coughlin who gets the return. Bunch of flags coming out.
You're going to get I think a personal
late
foul.
hit.
Yeah.
It was a late hit.
But you're also going to get a hold back here as well.
See if we have a Holbrook Asphalt replay on this as well, so we can kind of get more of an idea of what happened. So, Van Coughlin picks it up at about the 27, 26-yard line.
Somehow
taken back to the 22, slipping tackles all over the place. One flag comes out right there, and then a late hit.
That looked like number 1.
That was Jay Sweeten who comes in with the late hit. So I don't know if it's going to be offsetting penalties or not, though, is the question, right?
Yeah, because it was after the kick, so my guess is they're going to assess both penalties. So they'll probably, well, I don't know. They're having a nice little powwow down there, and I don't think they're planning on going to Applebee's after the game.
It might be. Tuesdays used to be karaoke night. I don't know if it still is or not, but it's Friday, so.
Tuesday was?
Well, back in the day when I was in college, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, used to be a thing for us. Tuesday night at Applebee's. Well, the ball is moving forward back to where he went out of bounds.
Oh, a blindside block.
Blindside block. So offsetting fouls puts it right back to where he went out of bounds. So kind of like what I was mentioning. I was like, I think.
Well, you think about it, if they assessed it from where the blindside block was, that was clear back on the 30.
But because of that late hit out of bounds, it saved him. Had he not got that late hit out of bounds, right now Crimson's defense would be lining up
probably
behind the ball at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
if not further up.
Yeah, back around the 20.
25, 20.
So that's a big penalty.
Well, taking it up the middle, not much room to go. It goes right back down. Actually, maybe loss of half a yard. By the way, we've got a final over at Desert Hills and Cedar. The final score, 52-13. What that does mean is a Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert when any team in Region 10 scores over 25 points. Go over to Yogurtland, and the first 5 ounces are free from your friends at Holbrook Asphalt.
Yeah, I think we better swing by there on the way home tonight.
I know it. Second down, 10 to go. Snap is away. Schultz passes out. He's got his guy. And Watson loses it.
Boy, Watson usually got sure hands. You won't see that very often, but Schultz that time stepped into where the blitz was coming from and threw a strike and threw the ball right where it needed to be. And Watson turned in his route, did a 15-yard curl, only to have it hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. But you got to credit Dixie's front line. They blitzed the outside linebacker that time and picked it up really well, gave Schultz plenty of time to throw.
Third down. 10 to go. Snap is away. Schultz across the middle. Kesterson down to the 40. First down, Flyers.
Boy, he's such a big target, Caden. It's such a benefit to have a guy that's 6'4", 6'5" like that, and who will go up and actually make a play on the ball. Just excellent hands right over number 34 for Crimson in the too strong.
Dixie's marching their way down into scoring territory again. Here they are now at the 40-yard line in Mustang territory.
Well, and most importantly, Caden, we're under 7 minutes.
And that's the thing. They're taking time off the clock. You're exactly right about that. They're holding on to that lead on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard. It is 24-13. So the Flyers, if they can get another score on the board and make this a 3-score game and just totally take it out of hands of the Mustangs, we'll see what they can do. Pass off to the sideline. I think he got it.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, he got it.
Did he say they got it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that was Barbin, Jackson Barbin.
Well, and they ran the same play that they ran 2 plays earlier where Watson dropped it out of bounds, and they just ran it to the opposite side of the field. Quick little curl route, about 11, 12 yards, and Barbin got both feet, got a foot in and made a great catch.
It's another U First Credit Union first down, this time now from the 30-yard line, about the 29 even. Snaps away. Handoff to Takao. Takao loses one tackler.
Oh,
big hit. Number 22.
Wow.
Faunaloa with the big hit.
He just came streaking from the free safety spot. He read that play and just took the legs out of DeCal. He'll feel that one tomorrow, Caden.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
That's when you put on the highlight reel at the end of the year.
Hope I said his name right. Farafehi Faunalua.
That sounds great. Excellent job.
Double F. Second down and long. Schultz looking to pass. He's got pressure coming, and he's taken down to the 49.
Again, that's a huge play. That was a blitz by number 34, and then you had Caden Hawes in there.
McKay Wright is the one on the tackle. He comes in right up the middle. Just pushes his way right through that A-gap and gets back there.
That's two plays. We're talking 20 yards. They've lost 20 yards in those two plays. The only positive that's coming out of this for Dixie is that clock still runs. We're almost under five minutes to play.
Snap is away. Up the middle with it is Christian. Stopped up at the 45-yard line.
Well, Dixie, they're not going to mess around. It's 4th and about 25. They're going to punt, but they'll probably bleed the clock down to just about 4 minutes before they have to kick it. Of course, we have seen Dixie have a couple of mishaps on their special teams last week, so curious if that. Oh,
high snap! Bibiano falls on top of it.
Boy, I don't want to say I cursed him, Caden.
Oh my gosh! Well, the Mustangs are going to get the ball now out there at the 34-yard line in Dixie territory.
That is a huge, huge penalty, or not a penalty,
just
but a
change of events. Yeah.
You go from Crimson having to go almost 80 yards for a score, and now they're on their own 35.
Well, again, we talk about our Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game. Here we go.
That's almost like a turnover, though.
It really, it's as good as one.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Because not only one, you get the ball, but you get it way up on your own 35.
You almost have to look at it as like it's about the same thing as a snap over the quarterback's head and a fumble or whatever, right? I mean, it's the same kind of turnover here. Some trickery. Big pass into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yes.
Touchdown. Wow, what a play by Crimson.
Well, they go off. They can do the double reverse.
Boston Adamson.
What a throw and catch. You knew Adamson could get behind the defense. He's done it a couple times tonight, and Barvin got just enough under it to get his hands under. Adamson did a great job pulling that one in.
Well, taking advantage as well of the situation at hand. Now the Mustangs,
they're going to go for 2.
They have to go for 2 here so they can get back into at least field goal position to potentially tie it for overtime. That's their mindset right now.
But what a great play call, Caden, because they're coming off of that turnover. All the Dixie's kind of holding their heads.
Yep.
You know, and then they caught him right over the top.
Sleeping.
Yeah, right over the top. Great play call.
Well, the Flyers still hold the lead, 24-19. That, of course, was a massive, massive play. Timeout taken by the Mustangs. I think they just want to get their play call in order. So Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout. We'll take a quick one ourselves. 30 seconds. We'll be back with you here on the Fan Sports Network.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
See Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into the action from Dixie High School. Crimson Cliffs Mustangs get on the board again. It's 24-19 on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard. That is another Finley Hyundai touchdown as well to add it to the total here.
We better give a bomb shout out too. That was
is a
heck
bomb.
of a bomb there.
All right, well, they're going to go for it. Let's go for that 2-point conversion here. Snap is away.
Oh, they
got him, wrapped him up.
Boy, they did not go for the motion at all. They tried to draw the linebackers, and they blitzed right up the middle. There's about 4 guys there. Great job by the Dixie defense.
Well, and here's why I'm okay with going for 2 right there. If you get it, you're within a field goal, right?
Yeah.
If you would have gone for the field goal on the extra point, you still would have had to score a touchdown to get into it. At this point, that touchdown is still in play. You're still within a score. So I feel like it's an okay time to take that gamble.
You might as well take the chance because, one, you got to score anyways, right? And so, yeah, I think I agree with you. It's the right thing to do. I'm just a little surprised they didn't try to put it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's part of the chess game, right? That's why you play it. You send guys in motion, overload one side of the field. You think that's where they're going to go, and they try to run it on the backside there. Just wasn't happening. So here we go. We got 4:16 left. Dixie up 5. Do you try an onside kick here, Caden, or do you kick it deep?
With 4 minutes left on the clock, you got 2 timeouts.
I'd almost kick it deep, wouldn't you?
You almost have to go deep just in case.
Okay.
Just in case, right? 4 minutes is a lot of time. If you stop that first set of downs, you'll be all right. But if you're Dixie, you milk that clock for all it's worth. UD and Associates kickoff. Mustangs to the Flyers, and they do go.
They do a little
semi-deep. Oh, and he drops it.
Oh, I hit a big lineman. Boy, they're very fortunate. Dixie has to get that ball back, Kane. Again, they tried to pooch it, hoping to get something like that to happen. They almost got it right.
That was the right call for Crimson. And you know what? Here's the thing that starts them at the 24. It's a 4-yard difference as if you would have just sent it to the back of the end zone. It's a good play call. I like the idea. Flyers now just have to do what they can to just keep possession of the ball and ride this clock out to the end.
Yep.
Maybe get another score if you can, Make it a 2-score game again.
This is where Dixie has to say, look, this is where you take control right here in the front of the line. They're passing it.
Yeah, they're going to go with it. Oh, he takes it up himself, up the middle. Schultz, when he had nothing there, gets right back close to that original line of scrimmage. It's a yard shy, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Crimson's getting great pressure up there. Again, they're blitzing one of the linebackers and bringing their 3-down linemen, but they got a lot of pressure on him. Schultz that time, great coverage down the field. If I'm Dixie, I would look to go Kesterson's way. You got a big target there in the middle of the field. That might be where you want to go or try to run the ball, but they haven't had much success the last drive running it.
Snaps away, and again, a run.
For a loss of a yard,
A good stop.
So again, Caden, they can take the clock down under 3 minutes here, but they got to have a first down here, or they're going to give that ball back to Crimson with plenty of time.
Well, and in a punt situation too, if Crimson gets this stop here and on a 3rd and long, it's a tough spot to be in for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Again, if you're punting the ball away, that's a tough situation to be in. Turning around, getting the catch. Wow, big play.
Watson.
It's close. Watson, does he have enough for the first down?
He's got it. He was right at that first down marker.
On the Holbrook Asphalt replay, he is right there. Right at that line to gain.
Well, you got to give Watson a lot of credit. He knew where he had to go for that first down, went exactly to that spot, and give him credit. He put it right there, right as he made his break, and he made the adjustment and caught it, and great play.
The officials are struggling to figure out what to do with the chains because right now the 4th down marker is outside of the chains. They need to move them over. I don't know what they're waiting for.
I think they are calling.
He never got the signal to move the. There it goes.
I think Crimson was hoping to get a measurement out of it, but
it was a first down. I mean, I don't know what the question was. It was quite obviously a first down.
Well, you got, about 30 people over there in your ear telling you what to do.
Yeah. So 3 minutes left to play in this one. Handoff up the middle with it.
Boy, what a
pretty
great
good push.
Yeah. That time DeCow just got behind the tackle, the right tackle that time, and
just let them do their job.
Yeah. And they got a nice push behind, got 5.5 yards. And the other thing, Caden, is they can bring this clock under 2 minutes, right? 4:35 left right now.
Second down, 4 to go on the 40-yard line. Dixie still in their own territory. And there's going to be a false start or an offsides or whatever you want to call it.
You know what? That was Christian, the running back. But Caden, the thing is, if he would have got back up and got set, it would be okay because the running back can go in motion.
Yep. So false start called.
Boy, he fell forward. I just don't think he realized that he could have got reset and been okay.
Yeah. But it goes against the offense, so pushes it back again.
But the nice thing about that is Dixie gets a full 30 seconds to run off the clock before they have to run a play.
Yeah. It almost does give Dixie a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah. You do lose 5 yards, but you get 30 seconds off.
But it's second down, you know. You still got some time. Over to Barbin. Barbin drops it. Well, that stops the clock, so big break for Crimson.
Not so sure about that play call, Caden. You've had good movement from your line on this drive, and then you go to the air on the little bubble screen, and now the clock stopped. If they'd ran the ball, the clock could have gone under 2 minutes. Third and 9?
Third and 9, yeah. Third and 9, ball on the 35-yard line.
It's a big play call, right? This is the game, in my opinion, right here.
Absolutely. Conversion right here seals the deal. Drops it. He's going to get taken down for a sack. Oh, my gosh. Number 54, Parker Andrus, again making big plays, getting back there.
Well, and just like that, Crimson uses one of their timeouts, which you knew they would. But that's, again, that is a 10-yard loss. And at the most critical time of the game, you can't have that. A low snap or a bad snap. That's twice now in the fourth quarter that we've seen that from the Dixie snapper.
2 minutes left to go. Fabulous Freddy's fabulous timeout is taken. We'll take a break ourselves. 30 seconds and be back with the action here on the Fan Sports Network. 24-19 Flyers.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more. Pay for.
The Flyers on a third down. Schultz loses the snap, gets taken down for a sack. Flyers still leading this one 24-19. Can they hold off the Mustangs? The Mustangs are back to receive a punt. Mustangs got 2 minutes to do it.
Okay, and remember the last snap went over the punter's head, so hopefully they can get the snap back to him. But again, watch for that return by West.
The punt is away, and it is a good one. It's going to fall.
It took
a healthy bounce.
And West is running
backwards with it at the 25. Gets across to about the 37 before taking down. Woo. He made up his ground. West did what he had to do. He made up some ground.
Boy, they got a break there. Woo. That could have been disastrous, but West slipped a couple of tackles.
Well, the ball landed right at the 37, bounced inbounds again, took a helpful bounce for the Flyers. He got back to that 37, so had to bounce out of bounds. He ended up about in the same spot where that would have been okay. So,
well, it sure could have turned out a lot differently, huh?
Absolutely. You First Credit Union, first down.
Well, we got 1:48, Caden, left in this one. We were hoping we'd have a game like this tonight.
Hey, I've been waiting for a good, close game. This drive could make or break it. Snap is away. Barbin hands it off. It's Christiansen.
Oh, what
He's
a
got some room. Fumbled it. It's on the ground. Dixie picks it up. Trevin Aldridge.
Aldridge comes up with it. What a huge play. A tackle that was from number 28. For Dixie. We've called his number a few times tonight. That is Tatua Taloa with the big hit.
Wow.
Well, they got one timeout left. Crimson does, and they can't stop the clock after that. This thing's over, Caden.
Wow. Wow, that's, I'm almost speechless. Well, 1st and 10 situation out for the Flyers.
Go under center and just kneel down, my friend.
Yeah, one timeout. It's game over. Don't do anything crazy. Snaps away.
Oh, wow.
Hands off. That's Seth Takau. He gets wrapped up. Still on his feet. Still on his feet past the 40. Gets taken down to the 39. An 8-yard run for Seth Takau.
Are you surprised that they didn't kneel it? Because he was swinging that arm out there. He could have that ball knocked out.
Well, and I'm surprised. You want to stay in bounds. He's getting real close to that sideline. They keep the clock running.
Yeah.
And there's the timeout. I was waiting for Coach Alofopo over there to take that timeout, and he does.
Well, he knows he's kind of in a no-win situation here. Even if he'd have taken the play, the timeout 6 seconds earlier, really all they got to do is kneel down twice and it's over.
Yeah.
He can't stop the clock.
Well, we'll keep it here on this Fabulous Freddy's timeout. And remember, you can stop at Fabulous Freddy's. There are a couple locations here in Southern Utah, one over on River Road, one on Bluff Street. And Bluff Street, now the home of Ike's Sandwiches. So head on in to the Bluff Street location, grab yourself a sandwich, popcorn, Dippin' Dots, refill your car, get a car wash. They kind of do it all over there at Fabulous Freddy's.
Yeah. That's why they got Fabulous in front of Freddie.
That's absolutely right.
Caden, was that Christian Jansen or Topalian that was running?
Christian Jansen on that run. If I can double check that real quick, but I'm nearly certain that was Christian Jansen.
He made
it was McCord Christian Jansen on the run.
It was such a nice run too. He made a spin move, got out of a tackle, but young sophomore popped it out, and Dixie's going to come away with this victory.
Big win here. Remember, the Mustangs have only lost to one team, and it was Timpview, who is one of the best teams in the state.
Yep. In fact, if I remember right, they're ranked like 6 or 7 overall in the whole state.
So this will be a huge win for the Flyers, especially. Looks like there's a legal snap for the Flyers. No, so it looks like the center kind of just shuffled the ball a little bit.
Well, he's so excited. He wants to celebrate. They're wanting to get this thing over with,
I know, right? Well, we're getting close to the end of it. Second down. 7 to go. Snaps away. Handoff up the middle with it. Jeff Christian gets the first down and more, and that is what Dixie needs to seal the deal.
Boy, what a great job by that offensive line. I'm sure, Crimson's D-line, they've had a great night too, but boy, they just drove him back on that play between the guard and the center. And Christian hit it hard. He picked up 9 yards and got the first down. This game is, as they say, in the books.
U First Credit Union first down with 46 seconds left on the clock. They'll take a knee there. They'll have to take one more before the end of it, but that is definitely it. So we will have a final score here of 24-19. The Flyers will win this one. Wow, what a game.
Yeah, great ending. A lot of excitement, had a lot of big plays. This is the kind of game we needed going into the playoffs. It was excellent.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. Everyone trying to run off the field. I'm like, no, get back here. Game's not quite over yet. You got to snap the ball one more time, bud.
Big 61. He was one to get off of it. Let's mention his name. That's Kenneth Fa'atoa. There you go,
And
Kate.
there it is. That's the game. Dixie gets the upset win over the Mustangs, 24-19. Big win by the Flyers. Well, I say we take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our post-game show for you. We break down this game and talk about where this leaves us for the last week in region play coming up next week. So we'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with you on the other side right here on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main and Tuesday. The Flyers get the win over the Mustangs. It's 24-19. Caden Formaster here and Keith Curtis as we wrap up this broadcast into the postgame show. Appreciate you for joining us tonight on this one. It was a fun game. It was a close matchup. I really enjoyed this one. What do you think, Keith?
Oh, man, a lot of fun. We had an exciting finish. We saw some big plays. We saw some big hits. What a great game. And, you know, for these kids on senior night, they're going to remember this the rest of their lives.
They definitely will. It was a big senior night for the Flyers out there. A lot of big plays. Blake Watson had some huge plays. Mason Kesterson made some big ones as well. Seth DeCow finally kind of got the running game going a little bit more in the second half. And then, of course, Jackson Barbin, who made potentially what I might have to say that was probably the Appliance Wholesaler Plus Playmaker play of the game.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
With that catch in the end zone there at the tail end of the
second quarter there, yeah.
Yep, bringing them that lead there. So, and part of that was due to also Blake Watson with that sideline catch, right?
Yeah, yeah. He tiptoed down the sideline, barely got a foot in. In fact, they were having a long discussion about whether he caught it inbound or not, but they called it in, and then the next big play, you know, they hit Barvin in the end zone. But you know what, Caden, we wondered how would Dixie respond after getting just humiliated last week up at Snow Canyon. And you got to give these kids a lot of credit. You know, they had them ready to go, and senior night and everything. They played their guts out tonight.
Yeah, they definitely did what they had to do to come out here and get the win. And we wondered coming out of halftime, we said, look, Dixie's kind of got the momentum heading into the half. Can they keep the momentum on their sideline and pull out a win here? You know, and they did just that. They were leading by 1 point at halftime, and coming out, they kept everything where they needed to, only allowing the Mustangs to get one touchdown in. They stopped them on the 2-point conversion. They themselves got 10 points on the board in the second half. So it was a great show there by the Flyers in both halves of play. That's probably some of the best I've seen them play so far this season. I'd say maybe the only time I saw them play better was against Riverton, where they played really well at the beginning of the season. But this is the best I've seen them play in region play against a good Crimson team.
Well, and if you're a Crimson coach, you know, Coach Alafipo, you know, there's two plays, you take them away, you know, the interception in the first quarter and the muff punt in the third quarter, and they win the game.
You're right, yeah.
So that's the message to the team. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have these mental mistakes, and we win the game. And that's an easy lesson for them to learn. And you know what? Sometimes a loss right before you go into the playoffs isn't a bad thing.
It could be motivation.
Yeah.
Well, you look at looking at the stats, it's actually pretty similar on both sides. So as far as total yardage goes, very close. 326 for Crimson, 311 for Dixie. Very, very similar there. You look at the passing yards, Dixie got a few more, 273 to Crimson's 261. Again, this is a close game.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously know it was a close game. It came down to the final few plays. One fumble is really what saved it. And, you know, we got to talk about our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. And there's two that stick out to me. I'm going to give you the 1 and 2 option. Number one is that first interception that changed the momentum of the game. The second would be forcing that fumble to stop the drive that could have given Crimson the win. Tell me which one you pick is your Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game.
Well, Caden, you know, most people would say that last one was the most important because it was at the end. But if it wasn't for that first one, we might have had a totally different outcome. I'm going to go with the first one. The interception, I think, was the biggest play in my mind of the game defensively.
And I think you easily could choose either one of those and have it be correct. Yeah, I don't know if there's a correct answer. Both of them seem correct to me. One of them seals the deal at the tail end. One of them gets you into the game mentally, right?
Yeah.
So you're completely on top of it with that. So I agree. That 100% to me is perfectly fine being our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. Now, one thing that we kind of talked about earlier was some contenders for our Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game. And there's a few names that stick out to me. I would say that in this one, the receivers did a lot of work. I feel like it might have to go that way. The defense did a lot of work as well. Is there a name that sticks out to you?
Yeah, the one guy that I keep thinking back to that they absolutely went to when it was money time was Watson. I think he's my pick of the player of the game, just because when they needed a first down in the fourth quarter on that last drive, they went to Watson. When they needed a big play before they scored the touchdown, they went to Watson. So in my mind, I think he was the key player of the game for Dixie.
Sure.
In this win.
I think I can agree with that. Blake Watson did what he had to do and keep this team going. He himself had that big touchdown. As well as a big play, like I said, on that sideline, making a big catch. And just some first down after first down, right?
Well, and he had the big first touchdown, too. The
exactly,
deep ball.
yeah.
You know, so he had some big plays down the field, but he kept drives alive because of the routes that he runs and the good hands that he has. And, you know, you got to give a big shout out to Big Mason Kesterser, too.
Yeah, Kesterson
he had a couple of grabs over a couple of defenders that would have been picks, but he just went over the top and out-muscled them for him. So we'll throw his name out there as maybe
he was a candidate for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I can't agree with you more on that. I think that those are all good names on the Dixie side of it that did well. So, and then Luke Childs had a good game over there for Crimson. I don't want to completely take Crimson out of this. We're talking all Dixie because yes, they got the win. It's a big win, but Crimson has a lot of good things to look at here in this one and say, hey, we did a lot of good things. We did make some mistakes. Yes, turnovers. We got to watch out for that. Some penalties at the tail end of this game as well. But overall, Luke Childs, if Barbing can get the ball to him, he's got sticky fingers. He's going to make it happen. So I would definitely put his name out there as someone that was contending for it, but with Dixie get the win, Dixie got the win at the end of the day.
Well, you could also say, Adamson had a nice game. He did have a couple of passes that he probably should have caught, but he had the deep one, a couple of deep ones, and he looked good. I mean, you throw in Topalian. I thought he ran the ball pretty solid tonight. He ran hard.
Yep.
It could have gone either way. It really was, and that's what made this game so fun. Is either team could have won, and it came down to a big play, a couple of big plays here and there, and right there at the end of the game that kind of sealed it. But it was a great ball game.
It was a great ball game. It was a great ball game for sure. Final score again, 24-19. The Flyers get the win over the Mustangs. So. A lot of big plays, a lot of good defense, a lot of good offense, kind of all over the board. It was just a good football game. I don't know if there's any better way to put that, is there?
Yeah, no. It's a great Friday Night Lights game, and both fan bases turned out well. I mean, there wasn't a seat available on both sides of the stands. I mean, just what a great atmosphere for these kids. And again, for these seniors for Dixie, what a night for them. They'll never forget. They laid their hearts out on the line tonight, and they had a little bit of luck in their favor, and then they go away with the victory.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about next week. Now, next week, October 12th is game day, which is Wednesday. Fall break is the weekend, so the games will be moved up to Wednesday night. A little bit of changes there. The game going to be broadcast right here on the Fan Sports Network is going to be Crimson Cliffs hosting Cedar. And then the other game that you can watch over on region10sports.tv or listen to on 93.1 St. George News Radio is Desert Hills as they host Pineview. That's going to be the last 2 games of the season. The other game going on is Dixie is at Hurricane, and Snow Canyon has the bye. So that's the last games of region play and the regular season. We're 1 week out. That's it.
It's crazy to think that we're already there, isn't it?
That is crazy. Well, with that said, as we wrap up the post-game show, we appreciate you joining us tonight during this one. It's been a fun matchup between the Flyers and the Mustangs. We will be with you on Monday for our regular programming. You can listen to The Drive from 7 to 9 and From the Bleachers from 4 to 6, but we will be back on Wednesday with some football.
Yeah, looking forward to it already.
Yeah, make sure you tune in. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night, and we will check in with you then.
Good night, everyone.